It's a Saturday morning in Ljubljana in Slovenia. We are at the Tacen whitewater course. It is International Canoe Federation Canoe Slalom World Cup number 3. My name's Ross Solly. It is great to be with you wherever you're watching today. We're super excited to be bringing you some more finals action, semi-finals and finals action in men's and women's kayak today. Had some fantastic racing yesterday, some hometown victories, some exciting finals. I think today is going to be even better. The weather is perfect. We have top-level athletes ready to strut their stuff. Joining me in the commentary box is Mexico's very own Sofia Renesos. Sofia, perfect day for racing. We should see some really good times today, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Super happy to be here and watch this semi-final in the third World Cup. Very excited.
It's a tough course. We saw yesterday that there are a lot of mistakes that can be made all through the course. But the good athletes started to get their vibe as the day went on. I think they've learned a lot from what they saw yesterday.
Definitely. And it's good to think about a lot of these girls have done this course many times yesterday on the semi-final and final of the C1. So that is something else too. They have a little bit of experience there. It
really, really is. And we'll go through the start list very, very soon. And we'll see the girls who are doubling up. So many of them now doubling up, Sophia.
Yeah.
Doing both the C1 and the K1. And it just gives them a big advantage. A little bit different here in Tacen because we've had the C1 already and now we've got the K1. At the first two World Cups, it was the other way around. So we had the K1 first, then the C1. So interesting that the tougher of the two disciplines, the C1 was the first one yesterday, and I think it paid off potentially for the K1 athletes today, but gee, it was a struggle, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It was a really hard course, super tough, and even the weather didn't help a little bit on that semi-final, so I think it was a tough day for racing yesterday.
There's our crew at ground control. They are, look at them, they are so eager to get into action tonight. Today, this morning, wherever you might be watching, because they will make the decisions. Local favourite, there she is, Eva Terschel, 2019 world champion. We saw yesterday a gold medal going to Luka Bozic, and the crowd have turned out again today here in Slovenia to support their locals. Can they pick up another gold medal or a medal of any colour? They had a good day yesterday. They had 1 gold and 2 bronze. And today they've got lots of opportunities as well. But first of all, on the water right now, the 2015 junior world champion from Slovakia, Michaela Hasova. She didn't race yesterday, so this will be her first look at this course.
Definitely. She's looking composed on this first part. Easy to lose time. I think she's keeping it together. Tied on that up.
So that's one of the first tricky parts. Yesterday it was gates 9 and 10. Here we go. This little combination is quite tricky, but after this, the next 2 gates we saw yesterday, there were some real issues getting across into this gate here. But Michaela's done that very well.
Yeah, and going for direct there, that's really nice.
Gee, that is a good move. Well, she's obviously studied what happened yesterday, as everybody would have done, because there are a lot of different methods used for that combination, and she's really nailed that. So good start for Michaela.
I think it's cool that mostly it's the C1 women that go last, and it's cool for the K1 girls to be able to look at other people first. We normally go at the beginning of every race, and I think this might be an advantage for some of the girls.
Absolutely. They would have studied the video last night. They would have updated their subscriptions on Recast and watched the replays.
Yeah, definitely.
Very cheap, very easy to do. And watch the replays, and now they'll be putting to practice what they learned.
She's having a very solid run. A bit, the touch is kind of a shame, but it is a very solid, composed run.
Yeah.
Super safe in the middle of the gates. So.
It seems like such a long, difficult run. So her time there, a 1:11.45.
Yeah.
It's around about the time for the canoe yesterday that some of the athletes got. So you would think the kayaks will go, up to 10 seconds quicker than that. Now, Janina Kresinger had a great World Cup last week.
Definitely, yeah.
In Prague, made the final. Didn't she? I
don't think she made the final.
Anyway, she really showed us what she's capable of, the girl from Belgium. So let's see if she can follow up that form with another good run today on this challenging Tacen course.
Yeah. She's having a really good run here.
Look how much work now. And the thing is, so that, you know, they have to expend so much energy at the top of the course just on that combination, don't they? By the time they get to the bottom.
Yeah, you're pretty tired, and it's already a really tough combination at the end. It's definitely a course that you need to be on it from top to bottom. It's quite physical, but you also, if you use the water the right way, I think it's quite easy to keep it together, but using the water to your advantage is definitely a task here in Tacen.
Yeah. If you can read the water and make it your friend, it can make your job a lot easier. One of the course designers, of course, is Fiona Penny, who canoe slalom fans will be very familiar with that name, Olympian, of course. I always wonder with the former athletes whether they've got a mean streak in them when they set the courses once they've retired. They're thinking, well, my time's done, now I'm going to make life difficult for you guys.
Yeah. I guess that's how it could go.
It could go, but Fiona, she's not. She's got a heart of gold. She would not ever think of doing that.
I'm sure she set a course that she thought it was fun, and it is very pleasant to, at least the qualification course was a really fun course to paddle, so this one is quite similar. So
so a touch there for Gina. It's going to be around the same time, just under Haseva's time, so 1:11 again, probably not at this stage, although funny things can happen.
Yeah, it's hard to say at this stage, but definitely there's a lot of good names coming up.
Yep.
We'll have to wait and see.
Well, we've got a couple of world champions. We've got an Olympic champion or two. We've just got quality all the way through this field, so I'm looking forward. And I tell you, I'll tell you one thing. That young lady will not make the same mistake today that she made yesterday. Now, Ria Sribar, who was meant to go off now, is a non-starter. From what I've just been told in my headset, that apparently she... Well, no, sorry, she is there. Ria Sribar is there. There is a scratching though. It is Katja Bengeri from Croatia. Didn't start. So she did the canoe yesterday. She was meant to go off now. But she did not start. So
what a bummer.
That is, yeah. She had a good effort yesterday. Actually, I thought in the C1. Really looked quite good. So I'm not sure what the reason is behind that. But Katja Bengeri, a late scratching from today's competition. So we'll wait and see for more reports. I think I'm just going to check now if her brother is actually in the start list for the men today. He was definitely in the C1 yesterday.
Yeah.
Yep. I can't see him in the K1. So good crowd building up. They love their canoe slalom here, don't they? In Slovenia.
Yeah, you can definitely tell it's a canoe slalom country.
Yep. And they were so pumped yesterday when they won that gold medal with Luka Bozic.
Definitely.
So Ria Sribar, who you've spent a lot of time paddling with.
Yes.
So?
Yeah, she is. This is kind of her home course, so I think she's really excited to have made the semi-final here, and she's ready to show what she can do. So I hope that she can put down a good run. She knows this course and she's got the skills. So.
And back in 2021, she was a bronze medalist at the under-23 World Championships. And she hasn't really taken it on from there. She's due for a good one, so maybe today will be the day she can get back up there and get into a final. As you said, she spends a lot of time on this course.
For sure.
And there's a big advantage we saw yesterday with the Italians who come here a lot to train. It's a big advantage for them because it's quite unique in many ways, isn't it? So for this course, there are a lot of challenges on here that you don't find on other courses.
Yeah, definitely. The water, the way it moves, it doesn't look very big here at the middle, but it's really boily, and you need to know how it's moving. It's like pushing to the sides, and it's important to keep that boat moving the whole time, and that is definitely hard to do, to keep that glide. So if you know how to do it, it gives you an advantage. That is really good.
I'm not sure about that split. But we had a couple of issues yesterday with split time, so I add a word of caution to some of those split times. Don't get too excited. If the Sribar family are watching at home, we're not sure about that. Oh, look, it's consistent, so we'll see.
Yeah, that actually could be.
It could be, but no, I don't know that she's in the low 100s, but we'll wait and see.
We'll see.
So yes, 30 athletes on the water. And she's going to go in a 105, so that's not bad. She's 6.7 seconds under, so she'll be happy with that. That's not a bad, and the most important thing is error-free.
Yeah, I think that was a really good run. I think that was really good. I think she should be happy with that. Of course, you always want more, but that was a good run.
Now, here's a young lady who was so happy yesterday. She won her first ever World Cup senior medal. She won a bronze medal in the C1, and the home fans really got behind her. She'll be walking on clouds right now, so today could be the day that she really nails a K1 run. Yeah,
definitely. She's got the motivation from yesterday. She knows she can put it down, so... And she was really upset about her top section yesterday, saying at the kiss and cry she knew she could do better. So I think today she's eager to put that down.
I just wonder though, Soph, whether she was able to sleep last night. She would have had the bronze medal under the pillow.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can be a little bit uncomfortable on your head, but you don't want to move it in case somebody comes and steals it. The medal fairies come and steal your medal during the night. So congratulations. So you can hear the crowd now. They've come out early. It's just after 8:30.
Oh, that was a really nice spin.
On a Saturday morning, and the crowds have come out early. They've forgone, or maybe they did an early trip to the markets in Ljubljana this morning. Fantastic markets in the centre of the city. Very popular meeting place on a Saturday morning, but they might have gone early and they've come out here to support.
Yeah, you can really hear the stoke on the course. It's crazy. Everybody's cheering for her.
And it's a good run. She's a little bit slow, but clean at the moment. So she needs to pick up a little bit of pace here at the bottom of the course.
Yeah, it looks like she lost a little bit of time there at the top as well. But
I'm surprised she's more than 5 seconds behind Ria's time, but that's what the clock's telling us. So she's...
Yeah, I think she is this time.
I'll tell you what, we're seeing a lot cleaner runs this morning in the kayak than we did yesterday in the canoe, aren't we? Oh, just outside in the end, so it'll be a little bit of a wait for her. I don't know that that's going to be enough, but certainly much cleaner runs today, as you would expect in the kayak than in the canoe yesterday.
Definitely.
Now, yes, Luli from China, who has been paddling really, really well.
Yeah, impressive.
And the thing is, we know that at some stage this season, she's going to do something really special, because she was, back in 2014, she won a gold medal at a World Cup meet at Lee Valley. And we didn't see much of her since then. We've barely seen her at all.
Yeah, I think she had a baby.
Yeah, and so she's come back now, and she's slowly getting back into her good form. She's had a couple of really good runs this year at earlier World Cups. We're just waiting for her to nail one in a semi-final and get herself into a final. Could today be the day?
It's looking pretty fast, but she's got a touch, so she's gonna have to pull pretty hard at the bottom here. She's having a hard time.
Oh, there's another one. So today is not going to be today. Really strong, though, so stronger than previous years. Chinese team, both in the men and the women and across.
Yeah, it's quite incredible to see.
It really is across all disciplines.
Yeah, it's unreal. They've just pushed it to the next level for sure. You can see it, and it's cool to watch other nations that are not within Europe dominating a little bit.
Yep. We know that there's a very strong Japanese team. I saw them actually down in Penrith in Australia earlier this year. They had a camp there, and there was a big squad training in Penrith. Strong Chinese combat team as well, and a few more of the Asian nations also coming through, and it's exciting to see the spread around the world now of canoe slalom off the back of a couple of Olympics in that part of the world. So with a couple of touches, just 4 seconds outside Ria Shribar's time, so that would have been quite a nice time without...
The touches.
The touches are costly though, for sure.
Cost a lot at the end.
Yep. Now another athlete that you have paddled against a lot
Yeah, this one's definitely exciting for me. I always like to see a Latina here racing, and Omira and Ana are doing incredible things. So it's really inspiring to watch them both.
And of course, later on this year and next year, Soph, you'll be in hot challenge with, of course, all of the Brazilian and Central American paddlers for those Olympic spots.
Definitely. Yeah, it's going to be exciting, I think. It's going to be a good race. It's in Rio, their home course,
yes.
but they already have an advantage and another one by the course.
Yep.
That's good.
Yep. Great to see the Olympic course being used.
Definitely. That is really cool. Nice spin over there.
Yeah, she was very good last week in the kayak cross. In fact, she really got through, I think.
Yeah, she got fourth.
Yeah.
That was really amazing. Now she's paddling super solid here in the semi-final.
It's amazing what just one good race can do for your confidence. So
yeah.
Let's see if she can move that form from last week into this semi-final and maybe get herself in the running for a senior final, which would be pretty exciting. So far clean, all good so far now. So Ria Shriva was very quick up at the top of the course. And we're now seeing at the bottom of the course there could be some time to make up here. She's just lost a little bit there, unfortunately.
Yeah, the spins are definitely a thing you need to be very aware of and do very well to not lose time.
So we're seeing a lot of clean runs now, which is good. Yesterday we had a lot of problems with athletes picking up penalties.
Yeah, how amazing is this drop?
Well, it's so amazing that they're going to change it. Unfortunately, yes. Look, at mixed opinions apparently. There's some who are thinking it's about time that it needs to be changed. But I don't know, so far I've been talking to a lot of athletes who are a bit sad about its potential demise. What they're going to do is they're going to lessen the... Oh, Martina's in some big trouble there.
Push it, nice.
Wow, she had to work very, very hard.
Yeah, sometimes that wave comes and goes, and it's easy. If you're not in the right spot and it flushes a little bit, it's really easy to fall far behind.
Yep. Such an experienced paddler for someone just 24 years of age, Martina Satkova. She's had excellent results at underage events.
Oh, very nice. She went for a back ferry there.
Oh, that's interesting. She's gone
her
past
stern
that.
got caught up on the water by trying to do that back ferry.
So now she's had to go back. She's lost some time there, unfortunately, for Martina Satkova from the Czech Republic. As I mentioned the other day, her and her sister Gabby have been interchanging. I think Martina did, there's another touch there. She did Augsburg, Gabby did Prague, and now Martina's back for Tacen. So not quite the run she would have hoped for, though. She's lost a bit of time at the top and has a gate touch as well. Yeah, I was just mentioning, but now she's in trouble on this stopper as well. So not the run she would have wanted, so.
No, I think it's still a pretty good run, but these 3 mistakes have cost her a lot of time and energy, so,
Yeah, no.
She's kind of upset now.
And her arms, you can see, she must be so tired. She's had to work so hard just to keep the boat moving.
Such a demanding course when you're a bit offline that it kills you.
So she'd be very disappointed, I think, Martina. She would have eyed off this field and eyed off this course as somewhere where she could have. But we saw it. Oh, good save.
Yeah.
From the Olympian Aki Yazawa. She's been paddling now for a few years. She's always been thereabouts. As I mentioned, she went to the Olympics. She's finished 7th here in Tacen before. Oh, and there's a touch though. In 2020, the COVID year, the year that we just had 2 World Cups, one here in Tacen and one in Po. And it really was whoever was around and available to rate. Oh dear. Okay, that might be a 50. That could be a 50. Yes, they've given a 50.
Definitely a 50.
Our first 50 of the morning, so.
Yeah, that's a bummer. She was looking very good. But yeah, it's just, you're a bit offline and it's hard to go back in your head and hard to go back in the line and easy to start losing time and energy. And
so back to my story.
yeah,
It's a very long story, but it does have an ending somewhere, I promise. So one of the things that Tacen is famous for, as Sophia mentioned, is the drop at the start. It fills some paddlers' heads with dread, but others just love the challenge. We saw yesterday Jessica Fox got it all wrong and missed the gate and had to go back at gate 1 because she got the drop direction all wrong. But the plan is that they're going to level it out a little bit so that it's not such a severe drop, which some of the athletes are saying will take some of the fun out of it and take away the uniqueness of the course. But the others are saying, well, but it gives everybody more of a chance. And
I don't know. It's hard to say. I think it's a cool drop, and it just adds a little bit of fun, and it sort of brings out a little bit of a whitewater skill, and it can give an advantage to people that have a bit of a whitewater background or are comfortable in more whitewater. But yeah, it's hard to say.
Well, Corinna Kunle now, very experienced paddler, just got herself possibly where she didn't want to be there. Good to see Corinna back paddling. She was good last week. We know how fast she is. I mean, she won her first ever World Cup gold medal, I think, back in 2009, and has been paddling really, really well since. Been to a couple of Olympics, but missed out last year. And then she got COVID, and she was quite sick for quite some time and really struggled to keep training and to keep fit, but she's now back.
Yeah, she also went for the back ferry there, but it worked out. Her stern didn't go much on the water, so she was able to make that spin.
I would expect this will be the first real challenge to the 100-second mark. If she can, she's so fast, Corinna. So at the moment she's on about a level pegging with Ria Sribar, so she's sitting there at the top of the leaderboard. I suspect Corinna, if she can get this part, she's now a little bit quicker, but she's lost a little bit of time there, so she needs to work hard here.
Definitely. This bottom section you can quite push here, so we'll see if she goes for the spin here. Yeah, for sure.
Nice move from Corinna Kunle. So we're going to have a new race leader, and not by much, but enough to sit there in the top spot now and to sit down a bit of a challenge. She doesn't look that happy. I think she said far out. My Austrian is not very good, but I think that's what she said.
Yeah, looked like it.
So Naomi Fox, who was, I spoke to her last night, she got that 4th yesterday in the C1.
Yeah.
And what she said is that this part, the top part of the course, is where it went wrong. She lost about 6 seconds, she said, up the top of the course yesterday. So she would have been thinking about that all night. I know her mum, her coach, spent a lot of time talking with her about how she could get it right today. Let's see. This is the move. She would have been dreaming about this move. And
that was pretty solid, actually.
Yep. So yes, she was so close to winning a medal yesterday, winning a breakthrough senior World Cup medal.
Yeah.
Finish 4th can be a bit heartbreaking. So today she'd be very determined to get out there and to get into another final. Naomi Fox, she's
very nice.
Oh,
a bit late.
Yeah. I think it was only a 2 second though. I think her head still went inside. But a tough penalty, but she can absorb that.
Yeah, we'll see.
She's having to work really hard though.
Yeah.
She's trying to cut the angles a little bit, trying to pick up a bit of time, but oh, Naomi, no, I think that's, oh God.
That'll give some work for the judges.
The judges are putting down their coffee, putting their biscuits aside and having a look at the replay. No review come up yet, so maybe it was fine.
Yeah, maybe we just have a bad angle.
Maybe. It looked tight. But we're not judges. Oh, now they've decided that they had to put the coffee away and... Oh, no, that is a 50.
Oh, she should do it again.
Oh, she's not going to do it again, so there's a 50 there.
Oh, what a bummer. And now both are on the review.
Yeah. No, unfortunately for Naomi, well, in contrast to yesterday, she got the top part of the course right today, but
not, yeah.
Look at this here. That's, ooh, no, the boat didn't go through.
Yeah, no.
The boat, part of the boat's got, and there's Sister Jess riding every move with her, and so, wow, speaking of having wonderful athletes back competing, Luca Jones sat out all of last year, had COVID, and couldn't get out of bed some days. It was just so hard for her. She lost all her strength and just really found it difficult to get going. She came across to Europe hoping that she would be okay, but it was just too much of a struggle. Went home, got COVID again.
Yeah, COVID is such a strange, definitely.
Strange is not the word.
Bothered a lot of people.
It's just weird the way it turns up and
yeah.
And Luca, no.
Going for that back ferry, quite didn't work out.
So Luca's got to go back now and redo that gate. Interesting, we're now seeing some of the top athletes who are trying to take a few risks, and it's not paying off, I have to say so.
Yeah.
So, oh goodness. So Luca crashing into the rock there and to the pole.
Yeah,
so
that upstream, I think on the camera it doesn't do justice. It looks like there's a lot of space, but when you're in there, it's quite tight to the rock. So
we've seen a few people hit the rock.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough one. You don't have a lot of space, so you need to really have the boat prepared to be able to turn easy, and it's definitely hard.
So Luca now just trying to get her run back on track here after a couple of difficult gates. You can tell though just from the body language that she feels like it's gone for her. And yep, no, good work. That's okay.
Yeah, that was really nice spin. But yeah, I think she knows that won't be enough.
No. So disappointing for Luca Jones, but she lives to fight another day. There will be more competitions for her.
Yeah.
Now, Anna Satilla, what has she got for us today? It's always like a...
Yeah, she was doing really well on this course, I think, yesterday on the final. She had those mistakes, but I think now she knows how to fix them, and if she can put them down,
yep,
I think making the final would be very good for her.
Yep. I always think, when I watch Anna paddling, I always think of Forrest Gump and describing life as like a box of chocolates, and you never know what you're going to get, and it's a bit like that. I'm not saying, Anna, that you have any resemblance at all with Forrest Gump, although Forrest Gump was very good at going, and Anna can go, there's no doubt about that. But you never know with Anna what you're going to get, and that's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean. That was me. Oh, Anna, I'm so sorry. That was my fault.
Yeah. I don't want to say it, but I do think it was your fault.
It was my fault. Totally my fault, and she will hate me for it. And just, you know what she's going to say? She said, "Can you stop talking when I'm on the water?"
Yeah.
Just
I
say
do think
nothing.
Anna is, she's making history, and it's going to take a lot of time for there to be another Latina to be doing what she's doing, and that is cool to point out, and I think it's...
you are so right, and I mean
that is important, like coming out from Brazil, like now there's her sister, but I think what Anna has done is definitely to be written on the books, and it's going to take a long time for someone else to come out and do what she's doing now. You
know, she's already been to 3 Olympics. She could realistically, she's not even 30 yet, she could realistically do 5 Olympics.
Yeah.
By the time she decides she's had enough, because she's still strong and she's still incredibly focused. I don't know an athlete who works harder than Anna. She travels all over the world paddling. She's at nearly every event that we have. She's there competing. And yeah, it's just remarkable when you think back to the teenager in 2012
yeah.
who made her Olympic debut.
I mean, I didn't do slalom at that time, so...
No, goodness me. She's really given everything and done so much for the sport in Brazil as well, which is so important. Right, so let's look at Tong Lee. Had a top 10 finish in Augsburg back in 2018, but hasn't really gone on since then. So now is the time, Tong Lee, if you want to. Oh dear me, that's a couple of athletes who have struggled through that gate.
Anna, yeah. I don't know if that's a 50 or they're just giving her a touch.
So
I guess her head was right side up at that moment.
just explain for people at home what you've got to do there. So
Yeah. So you have to have your head and part of your body and the boat in the gate while you're going through it to not acquire a penalty. And even if you're sort of flipping but your head is still out of the water, it can still be considered that you're in the gate. So I think that's what happened there. Oh.
She did the S move there, but it was all she managed to do was hit both gates. So yes, just to clarify for people at home, if you flip your kayak and go through upside down, but go through the gates, that's still considered a 50, isn't it?
If you're upside down, yes. You have to have part of your head and body, and obviously the boat is passing through, but you need to have your body outside of the water.
So, a couple of big touches there, unfortunately, for...
Honestly, Ria is
Tong Lee.
Still killing it out there.
Ria, we said that this could be the day that Ria Shribar recaptures some of that form, and she's sitting up there with a 104.6 and giving this a bit of a shake. Now, Lois Lever from the UK, she's had a couple of top 15 finishes at an under 23 level. Of course, she's stuck behind a bit of a log jam in the UK with, no, she's going to have to go back and do that again. A bit of a log jam in the UK behind the likes of Mallory Franklin and Kimberly Woods, etc. So with those girls not here, it's given an opportunity for paddlers like Lois Lever, Phoebe Spicer, those guys, to come out and have a crack. And we saw a great result yesterday in the C1.
Yeah.
So can we see another young gun?
Very nice.
Another British young gun.
She nailed that move.
She's going well at the moment.
We know now how hard it is, so it says a lot.
Yep.
Very nice. Upstream too.
Very dainty, I must say, use of that that gate. So this has been the split she looks a bit down on the split, but I don't know. The splits
she lost a lot of time there at the top.
Yeah.
But she's looking super composed after that.
Well, we've had a couple of runs in a row now where it's gone all wrong. So it's nice to see somebody just adding a sense of normality to this semi-final and do things neatly and without too much problem.
Yeah.
So she will be very happy, I think, when she gets down the bottom. The time's not going to be super fast, but just that one gate touch for Lois Lever into 8th position. So not going to be in the final, but all an experience for Lois Lever. Now, Victoria Oos, who was a silver medalist yesterday in the C1, finally broke through for this season. Will that open the floodgates for this young lady? We know, don't we, Soph, just how strong she is.
She is strong, she's great, and definitely I am rooting for her today as well.
Yep.
So.
Yep, she does the canoe, she does the kayak, she does the kayak cross, she does everything. She just loves it paddling, and she said to me recently that one of the reasons that she does all these events and all these disciplines, wow, that was smooth, is it just takes her mind off things that are happening away from the water. Because she doesn't want to spend all her days listening to the news and hearing what's going on, because it's a real distraction for her. So she just throws all her efforts into her paddling, and it's paying benefits. This is a great run. This is the best run of the day so far.
Yeah, no doubt. She's going through a tough time, so to be able to put that aside and put it all into paddling, it's really, really cool.
Wow, that was nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
She's really, this is, as Sophia said, this is the benefit of her being on the water yesterday. She did 2 runs on this course yesterday, which is a big advantage. Oh, well done.
Yeah, nice.
Wow.
Wow.
I really thought she was going to clip the gate there.
Yeah, no. She's got it under control. I think you can see it in her face, her arms. She's like not pushing down. She's just...
Here we go. Are we going to go under the 100? It's going to be very close.
Very close.
I think just over, but there is your new race leader. That is the run of the day so far. Oh, she's got herself into some trouble there.
Yeah, that end of the course, I will say.
Yesterday,
you're so tired. And she's like...
Yesterday we saw Zach Loken. He wanted to celebrate. He was trying to celebrate, but the bubble, the boiling water at the end just kept pulling him under. It is tough, but that's a great run from Victoria Uso, 100.55. I'm going to put it out there, Sophia. I'm going to tell you that is a finals time.
Yeah, I think so too. Definitely.
I mean, if people want to better that, they need to go under the 100. Phoebe Spicer is on the course now, 6th in the under-23 World Championships last year, but she's got some problems here.
Yeah, she's definitely struggling there. Well,
gets across now, but that was a real tough combination for Phoebe Spicer.
It wasn't too bad, but she definitely lost like what, 6 seconds there, 5 seconds.
Yeah. But
there's still that bottom section, so. And
there's a good gap on the leaderboard now between Victoria Us on the 100.55 and then Ria Sribar's 4 seconds behind. So there is a big gap between the first and the second.
Definitely. She went a bit low on that gate. She had to go back around it, but she's keeping it together.
So for those who may be watching for the first time, the different coloured gates, you have the green gates where you go forward, go through, straight through, that's downhill gates, and then you've got the upstream gates, which are these gates, the red gates, so you have to go past them, turn around and come back through the gate. And as Sophia was saying, you've got to get your whole head and part of the boat between the poles. If you touch the gate, it's a 2-second penalty. If you miss the gate, it's a 50-second penalty. Really, that rules you out of any further action. Not many people have managed to progress with a 50-second penalty. So Phoebe's time there, she slips into 7th, so that's not going to be good enough, I don't think. Now, get the bugles out, get the trumpets out, get the noise-making machines out, because a local is on the course.
Yeah, definitely a favorite for her here. So she knows this course as well. So she's looking super solid right now, super fast, so I think, oh wow.
So she would have seen, she would have seen yesterday that, oh wow, she's losing quite a bit of time here.
Yeah, she had it really well. She had to do a couple backstrokes to get in the gate, and I think that pushed her momentum backwards a little bit.
Now she's getting back into the groove though, which is so important for this part. Oh yes, she's done well. There's a couple of athletes who've come unstuck on that 9-10 combination. Novak, with the crowd willing her on. She would have seen the excitement with the crowd yesterday when they won those medals. She'll want a little bit of that action later on, but she's going to have to find some time at the bottom of the course because she's nearly 7 seconds down on the time of Victoria Us. Quite tidy though, no penalties yet.
No, she is.
Oh, there we go, good one. Good one, Ross. No wonder the athletes hate me so much.
Yeah, you really give them bad luck over here.
Just shut up already.
Oh, damn. I think that this is definitely not the run she was looking for. It is her home course. She knows she can put down a good time and go for that final. It's really a bummer to see her mess it up.
Yeah, so unfortunately there for Aya Novak.
She probably knows that wave so well too.
Yeah, lost so much time at the top of the course.
Yeah, what a bummer.
So now we turn our attention. We are now over we're getting very close to the top 10, the last 10 athletes. So very soon we'll start to get an idea of what the finals are going to look like.
Oh, yes.
Oh, look at that.
This really shows the strength of the strength of the water there. It's just, if you're not in the right spot, it's so hard to come back. And
it's a challenge, isn't it, Soph? Because in one way, you want to get the speed off that ramp to just push you through those first couple of gates. But it carries a risk because you can go a little bit, get too much speed off that ramp, and maybe Chub over there just trying to take things a little bit easy and then lost the speed, lost the momentum.
There's definitely a balance between having a lot of speed and then controlling that speed. So she was in the final yesterday, right?
Yeah,
for
yes,
C1,
she was.
So.
Yep. So she's had a good weekend already. She'd love to double up and make a K1 final as well. She was 4th at the Junior World Championships back in 2021. And of course, being from Slovakia, very strong paddling nation.
Yes.
A lot of athletes vying for senior World Cup positions. So a chance for her to show what she's made of. I think she's only about 19. She's a teenager.
Oh, wow.
So she's got a lot of years in front of her, a lot of great opportunities to paddle for.
Yeah, I mean, the run is looking pretty composed. I think she can still put down a good time, even though she looks back on the split. Maybe not so fast, actually, but yeah.
No, but clean. Oh, no, she's good. She did that before I said it. So
yeah.
That
wasn't your fault.
No, I'm not taking that one. I'm not wearing the blame for that one. But unfortunately, that will not be good enough, unfortunately, for Ivana Kubova. Right, now what are we going to see from Evie Liefast? We know she likes this course. She won a junior world title here just before oh yes, well done. She got it just before the Olympics. In fact, she came here. Everybody else, it was really interesting if you remember, so everyone else had gone to Tokyo already. But
I think it was a really good call because she's got a lot of years ahead, and so winning those world titles, I think it's definitely a good start to start an Olympic Games as well.
And it was really a breakthrough win for her and gave her a lot of confidence. She then, she went straight from here, got on a plane, and basically went straight to Tokyo for the Olympics, and was the last athlete to arrive, and she had that junior world title under her belt. So now can we see her put together another run? It's been a little bit frustrating for her this season.
I know, she's finished 11th so many times. I really hope this is the day where she's in those 10. She's such a strong paddler, and I think she's eager to show what she can do in a final. So she's having a super solid run. I don't want to say anything because I don't want to jinx it. I hope she can keep on going.
As you've noticed, though, I've said nothing.
She's just so strong. She's got such a good mental game, and
such a unique paddling style, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's super special. Like, it's definitely an interesting one, but I think the fact that it works so well for her, it's really, really cool.
So this has been a good run here. She's going to go very close to top 2. She's going to be top 2. So that's a good run for Evie. Yes, you can see that. That's a nod of finally, she said. Finally, I've done something that I'm happy with this season.
Exactly. I think she knows it, and hopefully that'll be enough for the finals. I think it will, and I'm super excited to watch her put something down there.
Well, we're in the top 10 now. So from here, we're going to start seeing who will be in the finals. Will Colleen Charelle, who was a 2021 under-23 world champion, so we know how good she is, but because she's from France, we don't see much of her because there are so many top-level athletes in
France.
That
is quite crazy. They call it the B team, but then they get here and they're still A team for sure.
They're all popping up in finals and causing mayhem everywhere.
Yeah.
So at the moment, it's Victoria Us who is on the top of the leaderboard. She's the one waiting to see if she will go into the final.
That was tight.
Victoria Us's time is a 100.55. So Colleen, to go straight into the final, you would think Soph would need to go probably under the, well, not probably, she'd have to go under the 100. She could go just over and make it through, but she needs a good run to knock Victoria Us off from the top of the leaderboard. Good so far, look at that. Wow, she's under for the split.
She is paddling super solid, really with the French style, like very composed, very flat boat in the middle of the gates. They make it look like they're barely paddling, but it works so well.
She's maintained that lead at the top. I get nervous with those ponytails at the back there. We saw Jess Fox, I think it was, last year, got herself a costly 2-second penalty with her ponytail. Oh, there's a gate touch.
But not with the ponytail.
Not with a ponytail, thank goodness. So that gate touch will be annoying for her because it slipped her just out of the top spot. So Victoria Us is through to her second final of the weekend.
Yeah, that is really good.
Yep. Colleen Sherrill moves into third. So Evie Liebfart is now the athlete waiting to see. Now Vicky Wolfart, she'll be so determined today, because yesterday in the C1 she was having a good run, but then it all went pear-shaped for her. Just about coming up here. No, not this gate here, but the next gate. Yeah, here. That's where it all went pear-shaped yesterday for her, and she's managed to...
Yeah.
Be quiet, Ross.
She didn't lose... It was a good serve. She just really touched that gate and a little bit opened up on that spin. But she can still put down a solid run, I think. Maybe good enough for the final, so...
Well, she's had a couple of good runs this season. She's won a medal already. She's been on the podium, so...
She knows what it feels like to be there.
Yes, she does.
That was a really nice serve on that hole. Really good spin, so...
Also, Vicky was at the last Olympics in Tokyo, very hotly contested. She had a shoulder injury before that. It was really difficult for her. She was struggling to train, and then they changed the qualification process in Austria, which meant that she had to come back paddling earlier than she wanted to, and it put a lot of pressure on her shoulder. So she probably wasn't at her best, and she really wants to have a clean run up to qualifying for this year's or next year's Olympics. Of course, London, Lee Valley, September is where the business will happen. That's where the athletes will be trying to win quotas for their country for the Paris Olympics. So a lot of athletes now, they've mapped out a program for this year. They'll go away from here. Most of them have a bit of a break before the next competition, and yeah, she just lost some time there, Vicky. I don't think...
Yeah, the bottom looked super solid, but that top section was...
Now, here is a young lady who loves this course. Every time she paddles here, she was here in the COVID year. I think she won, yes, she did. She won the World Cup in the COVID year here in Tacen, and she also finished second at the Under-23 World Championships on this course. So it holds no fears for her, Sophia Redesso.
Yeah, no. She's a super strong paddler, we know it.
And by the way, congratulations to Evie Liebfart, who is into the final. That would be a great relief for her.
Oh yes, finally. That's so good. Not 11th position.
And now we have France versus France. So we are guaranteed of having a French paddler in the final. Will it be Colleen Sherrill, who's sitting probably at the end of the run here, waiting for her teammate to finish, or will it be Romane Prigent, who is on the course at the moment and paddling well?
Really well. Romane is looking really good on this run. She's head on display.
Nice and tidy.
Yeah, she's controlling the boat really well and keeping the speed going.
Good speed.
Yeah.
Don't want to say anything, but she can stay clean here. She... Oh, don't do it to me.
Good work. Yeah.
The curse is dead. The curse is gone, folks.
It's gone.
It doesn't exist anymore.
Oh wow, she is really pushing through this run. It's looking very good.
We could have our first sub-100 run of the morning.
Yeah, definitely.
The way she's going, because the sub-100 will put her straight into the final. Here she goes. Nice turn there. Oh, just lost a little bit of time.
Yeah, but it's still super solid.
It's going to be close. Yeah. It's going to be very close. Just outside, but straight into the final.
Wow.
She's pretty happy about that. Oops, she might have just banged her finger on the boat. That was awkward on television. But into the final for Romane Prigent.
Yeah, that was a really good run.
Now, Veronika Votova. Great to see her racing here. She's been racing for a few seasons now. Doesn't get a lot of opportunities to race at the World Cup level. Loves the sport. She's was one of the people working and running the Prague World Cup last week, and now she's out here paddling. Former kayak cross world champion.
Yes.
In Prague, I think she won it.
Yeah, she also won in 2020 in bowl.
Yes, that's right. So making the most of her opportunity. She had a great qualifying run. Now just needs to put it together in a semi-final. Again, it's still Colleen Charel who is waiting to see if she joins her French teammate in the final, or will it be Veronika Votova from the Czech Republic? I was going to say earlier, a very strange situation yesterday, Soph, that we did not have one Czech in either the men's or the women's final.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, how often does that happen?
Very not often.
Yeah, so...
yeah, the Czech is such a strong team. It's weird not to see them in finals. But I think today they've got a lot of chances for finals, so I am sure we'll see some of them on the final.
So at this stage, Veronika, she's got that touch, which I wonder if that'll prove costly, that 2 seconds, because her time actually is not too bad. It's quite reasonable.
Yeah. She's looking... The boat has kept moving the whole way down, like super flowy, so...
The 2 second penalty to go is going to be, in the end, that could be the difference. Unfortunately for Veronika Votova, she moves into 6th position, which means we have 2 French in the final now. Colleen Charel joins Roman Prigent. Claudia Zwolinska, who you talked about Evie Liefert being frustrated with the 11th number of 11th placings. Claudia Zwolinska is sick and tired of finishing 4th. Just had enough. So an opportunity on this course to get through. The athlete waiting on the bubble now is Ria Schreiber.
Yes.
And wouldn't it be, I mean, we saw yesterday with Zach Loken breaking through to win silver for the US. Wouldn't it be something
really cool
to have 2 Americans in the women's K1 final? It really would be.
Definitely would be something. I don't know when that happened last. I think that would be really cool.
You would have to go back and look.
Oh, wow.
A long way, I think. But Claudia Zwolinska might have something to say about that, because Ria Schreiber's time is a 104.6, and if Claudia can stay clean on this run.
Claudia was telling me that she is at the leaderboard of the World Cups, and she's the first Polish woman to do that. So I think she's excited to be racing here as well.
She works hard. She does both the C1 and the K1.
Yeah.
And she does the kayak cross as well. Just frustrated with her results so far this year, but could today be the day? So 4 seconds down, so that's very close to the split that she needs to go straight into the final. She really needs to lay this down and put together a great combination here. She's got to go under a 104.5. I think she's going to do it. She's into the final. That will give her a lot of satisfaction.
Yes, I think she knows. Very good.
All right, now we might see something very special, because Eleanor Lilick was fantastic yesterday. She nailed 2 brilliant runs in the C1. Her semi-final run was something special, and then her run in the final was even better. And she told me she was actually shocked when she got to the bottom and saw that she was even faster in the final, and she couldn't work out how she got faster. Not a bad problem
she was definitely ecstatic.
Of course, she won a kayak gold medal at the opening World Cup of the season in Augsburg, so she's had good form in the kayak, good form in the canoe. She won a C1 gold medal, of course, in the canoe as well, and then
she's looking really good. A bit slow on the split, but I think still she can put down a solid run for a final if she doesn't go under the gate here. No.
Just got a little bit stuck there, but
it wasn't too bad.
We know she's just got that raw power, though, that she can make up a bit of time later on. Ria Schreiber is still waiting on a 104.6, waiting to see if Eleanor Lilick will boot her down the list further. That is been a good weekend already for the German, former C1 world champion, doubling up again, you know, from a nation where you have an Olympic champion and a world champion in front of you. You've got in the K1, you've got Ricarda Funk, of course, and in the C1, she's got Andrea Herzog, sorry. So, you know, it's tough in Germany because we all know how great she is. And look at that, she is through, straight through to the final. Eleanor Lillich will get the chance later on today. She doesn't look that happy, I think. But she need not worry. She looks a bit distressed there. I hope she's okay. She, I think, put a lot of effort into that. I think
definitely.
Maybe took it out of her.
That was a lot of physical work there.
Time to get excited, folks, because here we have an Olympic champion. Again, frustrated. Oh, and there's a touch straight away at the top of the course on gate 1.
Yeah, that was, ooh la la. I don't think that's what she's looking for, but she controlled it pretty well.
Isn't it interesting? That was the same gate that Jess Fox ran into trouble with yesterday. So the two best women paddlers in the world both struggling with that top gate. So, but Ricarda will...
Oh, but that was a fast surf, so...
Yeah, she'll absorb that 2 seconds.
No trouble, yeah. She's such a strong paddler. It's just amazing to watch.
She just glides across the water, doesn't she?
It's crazy.
Oh, wow, she is... Oh, no! Oh, my goodness, Ricarda Funk is in big trouble. She's gone. She has gone. She needs to get all the way back, but that is the race over for the Olympic champion. Oh, my goodness, 2 days in a row. We saw yesterday the Olympic champion in the C1 throw it all the way, and then she's touched it. Oh, my goodness, this is not the run she wanted.
Wow,
can you believe it?
That is the crazy thing about our sport. You just never know. You really just never know.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Ricarda Funk, Olympic champion, world champion. And this has just turned into one of those runs that you just want to get it over and over and done with, because it's just, look at the frustration on her face.
Yeah, she
cannot
it's cool
believe.
That she's
Oh no, Ricarda, you heard her scream there. You heard a little yelp there. What has happened to this run? Just the mindset, I suppose, Sophie.
Yeah, but she's still going. That is so impressive. A lot of people would have just paddled downstream and had 1050s, but...
Wow, that is unbelievable.
Yeah. Ricarda Funk out of the final. That is definitely a bummer.
That is the story of the day so far.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just one mistake. It was a run full of mistakes from an Olympic champion. Just something you would not expect.
Yeah, it just kind of goes to say how hard it is, and anything can happen on this sport. The water is the water at the end, and you're a bit offline,
Ria Shribar is in the final.
Wow. We've got two Americans
in the final.
That is crazy.
We've already got 2 French in there. Could we have a third? Because this young lady, she was a surprise packet of the qualifying runs. Everyone was going to their phones to look up and find out a little bit more about Eva Petracha, but she was so good in the qualifying runs. What can she produce here? Could she make it 3 French in the K1 women's final? That would be something for the French fans. And at the moment, well, it's all neat and tidy. She's going very well. 9 seconds down. I'm not sure that is consistent. So the time she needs to beat is the time of, well, can you believe it? Veronika Votova is sitting there waiting with a 104.72.
That is quite crazy.
Isn't it? I mean, Veronika, I'm sure, when she finished her run, would think, well, that's my day done.
Yeah.
That's my day done. I'm not...
Definitely. I did not, but it was a solid run, but yeah, no.
Well, she's now in the mix. She's in the mix. And
in the mix.
In fact, she's in. Veronika Votova is now into the final. So
second final in the weekend. That is super cool. Good for her.
Well done.
Nice. Yeah, well done.
So that means now we just have 2 more athletes to go.
And we got a favorite here, Eva Tercel.
Listen to the crowd, folks. And I would love Eva to have a good run here because
Me too.
she was the 2019 world champion. She had the world at her feet. It didn't go the way she wanted in Tokyo at the Olympics, and she's struggled to recapture that form ever since. And just for her confidence, because we know that when she's paddling at her best, she's super fast.
Super good, yeah. And this is her home. She knows these scores. If she can put down that run and keep it on that and go to that final, I think anything could happen.
The athlete watching on, chewing her fingernails. Chewing her fingernails at the moment is Vicky Wolfart.
That was tight.
Who again, another athlete who I'm sure when she finished her run
did not think she was going to be even close to it.
No, but now she's sitting there waiting to see what happens, because if Eva makes a mistake on this, well, Vicky Wolfart could find herself in a final, but she's paddling well.
Yeah, Tacen's kind of showed how crazy and unexpected the sport is.
Eva Terschel now trying to get into a final, and she's under the split time. Could she go in as the #1 qualifier? That will really set the crowd off.
Oh yeah.
They've come out here this morning to try and wheel their athletes home for more medals after a great day yesterday with a gold and 2 bronze, and I think she's going to be fine. She's going to go under 100. Under 100, just under 100.
And you can hear it in the crowd.
Yes, you can. Look at that. That smile says it all. A thumbs up. And the Slovenians, the Tacenites, the Ljubljanians, whatever you want to call them.
They're all very excited.
Now Jess Fox, I wonder what she's thinking as she goes down this drop here, because yesterday she got it all wrong. Today she's very careful.
Yeah, very careful.
Very careful indeed. I haven't seen Jess that conservative on a gate for some time, and she was not going to make the same mistake she made yesterday. I wonder whether she heard Ricardo Funk's run.
Yeah, I wonder. I've always wondered how much they hear at the top there, how much they want to hear and how much they actually hear.
It was really interesting because I asked Eleanor Lillick yesterday whether she knew that Jess Fox had bombed out. She said she had no idea. She had no idea until she got to the bottom of the course, and even then when she saw that she was #1, she didn't know that Jess Fox had got a 50-second penalty and was out of the final. But look at this run today. This is a paddler who wants to make amends. She's got this incredible record here in Tacen. Since 2013, she's never left here without a gold medal.
Oh, wow. That is...
Which is impressive.
Very impressive.
Whether it be a C1 or a K1, she's never gone home empty-handed without a gold medal. So it's a pretty awesome record to defend.
Yeah, that is...
I've got to say, look at her. She is not wanting to take too many risks.
No.
Oh, there's a touch. But she has got time to absorb. She was up on the split, so...
That is crazy, because you can tell she's taking a very conservative run.
She just wants to get into that final.
Yeah, she knows she can give it all then.
And at the moment, even with the touch, she's well and truly okay. She's through with a touch. My goodness. That's Jess Fox.
Yeah.
That is Jess Fox. That is the multiple world champion, 3-time Olympic K1 medalist. And she is the fastest qualifier with a 2-second penalty. So her raw time, Sophia, was a 97.73.
Wow, that is really fast.
Really, really is. So
I'm excited to see this final. I think it's going to be super fun. So many good names out there.
And
sad to have missed some really good ones as well, but
yeah, but the quality is still there, and we're going to see some exciting racing, no doubt about that. This young lady, Victoria Oos, she means business. She could give this a real shake today.
Yeah.
Eva Terschel on her home course. Ricky Funk won't be there, just did not go right for her today. One of the really crazy run. Evie Leifert will be there. Young lady who just has no fear. She'll be throwing it out there in the final. Vicky Wolfart just missed out that horrible 11th place in.
That is a hard place to be in, but also a cool one.
Yeah, some people would love it.
That's how you look at it.
Yes, it most certainly does. 2 French in the final, 2 Americans, a German, an Australian, a Slovenian, and a Czech. So and a Ukrainian. So a really interesting mix.
Definitely.
And of course, Klaudia Zwolicka as well from Poland. So there's some quality in the field. Don't you worry about that. It's going to be a Nez Ricardo Funk. Oh my goodness. I wonder whether she'll ever go back and watch this race replay again, because look at that. Look, she just can't believe it. She cannot believe that she could put down a run like that.
Yeah. That's hard.
Eva Terschel, though, she'll give it a bit of a shake. Don't you worry on this home course. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage of the women's semi-finals. Sophia is on her way down to the mixed zone to keep the athletes honest when they cross the finish line. So we'll hear from Sophia a little bit later on. But there is your top 10. Jess Fox, Eva Terschel, Victoria Us, Roman Prizant, Evie Liefard, Eleanor Lilik, Colin Sherrill, Klaudia Zwolicka, Ria Schreiber. And in the 10th position we had Veronika Vojtova. Pretty good field. And there are the athletes who just missed out, including Victoria Wolfart. Eva Hossevar won't get a chance to repeat her heroics of yesterday when she won her first ever World Cup senior medal, finishing 3rd in the women's C1. She's finished 12th today. Corinna Kunle also missed out. So a few big name athletes, none bigger though than Ricardo Funk, who had just a run that, well, you would not believe it. If you told somebody that Ricardo Funk would do a run like that, you'd be laughed off the face of the planet. But just did not go the right way for her. So Jess Fox's time, let's make a note of that. She did a 99.73. This will be interesting. It'll be interesting. And that was with a 2-second penalty. So she had a raw time of 97.73. This will be interesting to see how the men go in this competition. I've been joined in the commentary box by New Zealand's Finn Butcher, who unfortunately picked up a sneaky 50 yesterday. Finn, to put you out of the running, but the semi-finals loss is our gain because we have you in the commentary box. Welcome, mate.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah, just left one in the judges' hands yesterday, but that's right. We'll get on with the job.
We'll get them next time, mate.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll get them next time. Tough course yesterday, and today, of course. There are some challenging gates there where time can be lost.
Yeah, exactly. And I think always in Tacen, the water's moving a lot. It's changing up and down through that whole middle section around all those rocks. So, you know, wherever they put their gates, it's going to be tricky to carry speed, let alone actually get the moves. And as we've just seen in the women's semi-final there, that move sort of 9, 10, 11, 12 through there, it's going to be quite crucial through there.
And the thing is with those, Finn, there are options, aren't there? Athletes can either take a spin, they can go direct, they can do the S. There's options there they can take.
There is, yeah. And I think, you know, to be honest, for the men here, to get in that top 10, I think you're going to have to be going pretty aggressive on those poles.
Well, as I mentioned, Jess was a raw 97.73. You would think for the men they would have to go well and truly under 90, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I'd say so. I didn't actually see Jess's run, but I imagine if she took the win there, it would have been pretty smooth.
She was actually quite conservative for Jess. She was quite conservative. I think after her mistakes yesterday, that she took it a bit easy today just to make sure. But it's a funny thing, you say she took it easy, but she did a 97. So but anyway, we'll see the women's final a little bit later on. Some quality in this men's semi-final. Finn, of course, we've got Olympic champions, we've got world champions. The Czechs haven't had a great weekend here, I've got to say.
Yeah, Preskovic had to go through the second runs yesterday. He was in there with me, so that was interesting. But we've got, you know, 1 and 2, him and Vít and Yuri there, and then there's some young ones as well with Ferrazzi and Lan Tomnich, the local. So, you know, interesting mix.
Now, interestingly, the first athlete, Rocco Bengeri, is not racing now. His sister also missed, so I'm not sure what happened there with the.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, whether they've gone home early or what happened. The Croatians, they both did the C1 yesterday, and looked good, I thought, but they're both missing today, so I'm not sure what's happened there with the big Aries. So
hopefully everything's all good.
Yes, yeah. Maybe we'll see them a little bit later on in the season. Good crowd here, Finn. It's great racing here, isn't it? It's great racing at a venue in a city where the locals are so passionate about the sport. And of course, we have the Peter Cowser fan club who always turn up.
Yeah, they're all dressed up. Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. I've actually heard that this might be the last race on this configuration itself. So
I can confirm that. I was having a conversation yesterday. Apparently, a decision has been made that the drop here, the famous drop at the start of the course, is going to be made less of a drop.
Oh, it's a shame.
Isn't it interesting you say that, because a few athletes now said, oh, that's disappointing, but the decision apparently is that it's a little bit too harsh.
Oh.
Let's have a look. If you be the judge at home, does this look harsh to you? Let's have a look. Look at that, easy.
It definitely makes an exciting start, doesn't it? It's one of the most iconic pieces of slalom whitewater I reckon we've got. You know, it's been around forever, and I grew up watching World Champs and World Cup races at this venue, so it's pretty special to be able to race here.
It really, really is, and you're right, Finn. It's what people talk about when they talk about Tacen. That drop at the start, and whether you can nail it or not, and races can be won or lost just on that drop alone. But anyway, that is a decision for the future. Next year, this course will host the European Championships, and there is hope that the new configuration will be in place by next year. So we'll see.
Now, the young Swiss fella.
Nicholas Feldman. Haven't seen a lot of him on the World Cup circuit, so like a lot of paddlers here, Finn, getting the chance with some of the senior athletes sitting this one out. Some of the Europeans are sitting this one out to focus on their preparations for the European Championships, which are coming up very soon in Krakow. So it's given the chance for some of the young paddlers to. A few athletes struggling with this little stopper as well.
Including me.
Yes. Well,
that's all right.
Oh, and there you go, brushing the gate with the voice box.
Oh, it'd be good experience for
Nicholas.
For Nicholas, he just looked like he had a bit of trouble, as we said, through 9, 10, and then sort of been chasing it ever since. But you know, pretty cool for him to be racing a semi-final, like we say, in Tacen, at one of the most iconic venues on the circuit.
Yeah, great opportunity for
well
him.
Well done to him.
To have a go and to race against the big names.
Yeah.
Cowser, De Janeiro, Priskovic. It's a good opportunity not only just to race against them, but also to learn from them. So, race one of the Slovakians now. Filip Stanko is on the course again. Another athlete that we don't see a lot of. So a chance for them to put their name up in lights, Finn Butcher, and to show us what they've got. These are paddlers of the future. And Filip Stanko from Slovakia, of course, we know how strong. We haven't seen Jakub Grigar. We saw him at the first World Cup of the year, but I know that his wife's expecting a second baby, so we haven't seen Jakub at the last couple of World Cups.
Spending a bit of time at home, probably,
Rightly so, too.
Preparing the Euros.
Because they've already got one young one.
There we go, that's a nice line through there.
It
nice.
is, yep. So Filip Stanko there is well and truly down on the split, but the split time was pretty slow. So now using the rock there, that is perfectly legal. If you're watching at home and thinking, oh, I just saw him push off the rock, that's okay. You can use that, and the good athletes can use it to their advantage, and they pick up a bit of momentum off the rock.
Yeah. This is building to be a reasonably solid run for Filip here, I reckon.
It's clean.
Hopefully not give him the curse. Nice. Pretty tidy.
Well, don't talk about the curse. I'm in big trouble, eh? Oh, see, we did it.
I've done it.
Every time. Oh, man. I did it to a couple of the women in the K1 semi-final, and you've just done it to poor old Filip.
Yeah, I heard you on the commentary last week when I was re-watching my run, saying, I don't want to say how well he's going here.
Because I do it, every time I do it, I stuff it up. So look at that, though.
Yeah.
That's not a bad run.
On the time, yeah.
So for a 2-second penalty for a 94.
Pretty good, really. Just a little slip up at the bottom, but
I think we need to reassess, though, Finn, what the sort of time that we're going to need.
Yeah, that was a 92 flat, so...
Yep. So I reckon we're looking at an 80, 85, 86 maybe.
Yeah, that might be the winning time, I'd say, yeah.
For your Priskoviches and your Cowsers.
We'll see what the gap is to qualify. I don't know, usually in Tacen there's a wee bit more space to make the final here than other venues.
Oh, Josh Joseph got stuck there a little bit, but he got through okay.
Yeah, sometimes if you don't quite get the line right through that, on the curl, on the drop through to gate 1, you just lose a bit of speed, momentum, and then sometimes even have to almost paddle uphill to get into the upstream.
There's a gate touch there, just on the brushing the back there on the gate for Joshua Joseph. One of the exciting young paddlers. In fact, I think the first time I saw him paddle may well have been here in Tacen. And he was super impressive the first time out on the water. And just looking to, of course, Mikhail Smolin dominating for men for the US for many, many years. Of course, he's now coaching back in the land of the long white cloud.
Yeah, he's my coach now.
Yeah. Is he a good coach? Does he give you lots of good advice?
Oh, we won't talk about that on the stream. No, he's good. He's good. I'm enjoying it.
For an American, he's all right. He does all right.
Yeah. Oh, that was pretty tight there, Josh.
Yeah.
They're very aggressive on that upstream.
It's okay. You've got to throw it out there.
It just looks like he's chasing it a wee bit. Sort of lost a bit of momentum in that very first gate, and then sort of been chasing it ever since. But see if he can finish off nice and tidy here.
Bit out of the split at the moment, so he has a tough ask here. It's hard to build up.
Looks like he's used a bit of his reserves up, I'd say.
Yeah. So unfortunately for Joshua Joseph, this is not going to be the time to get him into the final. Just over the 100, so that probably won't be good enough, but it's all experience.
Yeah, that's right.
By the way, we keep mentioning the guns, the big guns in this field. Haven't mentioned Joe Clark yet, of course, 2016 Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah,
paddling as well this year as I've seen him paddle.
He is going good. He's got a new coach. One of our, British expat, gone to New Zealand. Now he's back in Great Britain, Campbell Walsh. So I think he's really enjoying working with those two working together. So see what he can do.
Now,
oh, that was fancy.
Here is an interesting story. Lucien Delfour. I saw him in the foyer of the hotel the other morning, and I was talking to him. And while I was talking to him, I looked at him and I thought, "You look a bit different. What's going on?" And then he says, "Oh, by the way, I've got chicken pox."
Really?
He had chicken pox. He's had chicken pox for a couple. So he did no training on this course before he came out and did the heat run the other day. Somehow he's managed to sneak himself into the semi-final. Chicken pox or no chicken pox, but he's out there now. Apparently he had it. He told me, he was giving me the full rundown because I think I must have looked a bit nervous. It has a 10-day incubation, and apparently he picked it up before Augsburg. So, there you go. So
Lucien can be very fast when he's on one. And he just, as you can see in that up left there, he's just so tight around the poles.
We know he's super fast.
Another one that's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, but he does take risks. I think he drives his coach crazy sometimes, but that's the only way he knows it.
You got to take risks as well, you know, like the top 10 these days is just absolutely firing. So
there's no place for conservatism.
To get there, you have to send it.
Here we go. Well, we're going to have a new leader by quite a bit with a gate touch.
Yeah, that's a touch in there as well. So that time is coming down, and we've only had about 4 people go down the course.
Yeah. Lucien Delfour with the touch of 90.92. Oh, will that be enough for a top 10? There's so many good athletes to come though, Finn. You really...
Yeah.
But we saw in the women's, as that went on, a couple of the big athletes taking those risks. It is a course where you can take a risk, but if it doesn't come off, you can get yourself into a whole world of trouble.
Yeah, you can. Yep, definitely can. It is a tricky one there. Like that, the water, it's very hard to judge here. And as you can see, that like the locals are pretty rapid.
But even Peter Kauser in his heat run the other day, he got into all sorts of trouble at the top of the course here. He still managed to get through. But
nice. He just picked up that wave there. It was
Yeah,
Yusuke.
Yusuke Muta from Japan.
You can actually just fall off that wave 4 to 5, and you end up using a lot of energy and losing quite a bit of time there. So he did well to pick that up.
That's the thing, isn't it? There's so much work to do at the top of the course. By the time you get to the bottom, where there is still a couple of very challenging combinations, your arms must just about be falling off.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
You've
for sure.
somehow got to lift yourself. There we go, using didn't really use it to his advantage.
I'm quite curious if anyone's going to try to go direct 9, 10, 11 all the way to 12 instead of spinning 12. I think most of the guys you'll see here will spin 12 in the eddy, but I'm wondering if there's going to be a quick line to go, if you're early enough to go direct through 11 in the eddy and then straight to 12. We'll see later on.
I will make a prediction.
You're going to pick one?
I'll tell you who I reckon will do it. Mr. Giovanni De Janeiro.
Ah, yeah, he is pretty quick here.
He loves this
I think
course.
the Italians spend a lot of time here. They have selections here almost every year, I believe, and then they, a lot of training. It's not too far from where they are. So.
Yep. So they know this course well. There we go. Not good enough time, unfortunately, I don't think, for Yusuke from Japan.
Another good experience.
Yes, indeed. So what are we looking at here? We've got...
Here we go, Eric Holmer.
There are 40 athletes here, so it's a big semi-final. You must be wondering what I've tricked you into coming and doing now. But
it's nice and aircon in here. You've actually the whole setup's bloody
isn't it
pretty
great
good now?
Yeah.
It's a bit of an upgrade since last time I've been in here.
Well, remember we had to do it under the shade of a tree. With a couple of tin cans and a bit of string attached to the tin cans. And now we've gone a bit up market.
Nice, Eric. Yep.
Eric Holman.
He was in the final in Tokyo at the Olympics. So
yes, he was.
Yeah, very tidy paddler on his day. He's my vintage. We're in the same year, so we've been racing together for a long time. And good man.
He is a good man, and he's done the commentary a couple of times as well.
There you go. Nice and early there. Oh, there you go.
Straight through.
Forwards. That's what I was just wondering about. And the next paddler to do it, went and did it.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
nice.
So Eric there, listening to Finn Butcher, he's got him in the... Oh, the curse. The curse kicks in again.
Sorry, Eric.
He's going to come after you. He's going to go Finn Butcher.
He was looking very good at the top there, though.
Yes, he was. And
he can take a lot away from that because he had really good speed.
He did the direct like Finn Butcher asked him to, but then forgot to do the next gate,
and that's that's Tacen. I think that upright, the exit of that, you probably won't see that many people come a cropper on the exit there, but the water just grabbed his bow the wrong way and then he couldn't get back, and that's just sometimes that's what happens here.
He's moseying on down to the finish line now. Might be good to see him pin his ears back and just try and nail these last couple of gates, just for the experience.
It's pretty tidy on the direct.
Yep.
Yeah. He's gutted to see that.
He's going to come looking for you.
Yeah.
Where can I find that Butcher bloke?
Yeah.
I heard him put the kiss of death up. The kiss of death.
He's going to try to steal my boat, I think. He quite likes my boat.
Does he really?
Yeah. Every day he tells me.
I hope you've locked it down. Right. Another of the Swiss, Manuel Munch, who I'm sure we'll see tomorrow in the kayak cross, give it a big shake.
That's a great. There you go. That's a nice line through.
Isn't it? So Manuel Munch from Switzerland at the moment. Lucien Delforce sitting there at the top of the leaderboard. Cannot believe that he might still be in the mix, but a lot of paddlers to go. As I said, there are 40 athletes. It's the biggest semi-final
we haven't even done 10 yet.
We haven't even done 10, so it's a long, long morning and a long time to wait if you're sitting at the top of the leaderboard to see if you're going to be top 10. And the good thing about it with 40, Finn, is there are a lot of athletes who are getting a semi-final opportunity that they probably wouldn't usually get. There we go, another one. Did he go?
That was very tidy.
Yes. So they're all having a crack at it now. Oh, just a little bit of trouble.
A little bit sticky there.
The boat, He gets that gate
He's
right.
He's going to be quite up on the split.
Yep, this has been a good combination here for Manuel Munch from Switzerland. Clean and quite fast. The judges.
That's your fault again, I reckon.
Put down the martini in the judging tent because you've got to go back and check the replay. That is a tough one. They haven't had much to do so far in this men's semi-final, but they've got a bit of work to do there. Are they going to review it or not? We're waiting to see. We're waiting for the dreaded review to pop up. Or are they happy? What do you think? Nope, there it goes.
Yeah, I thought that might be the case.
They're listening to us in the tent. You know?
Yeah, they might be, yeah. It was pretty tight, but yeah. I mean, we've seen a couple now doing quite a good top half, and then just letting it fall away. Oh, yeah, that's pretty tight. Yeah. I wouldn't want to be doing that.
No, the judges, this is what they paid the big money for, though. They sit there in the tent.
It is the outside of the pole, though, so, you know, it might look like he's got a bit more space than we think. But yeah, definitely making them question it. Here we go. Here's one of the big guns.
Jiri Priskovic. What is he doing on the course so early? You might be asking. Well, he had to. He was there with Finn Butcher, cheek by jowl, in the second run yesterday.
I think he picked up a 50-second penalty in his first run, which you don't often see. That's a very tight exit from gate 2 there, and it's worked off very well.
So Jiri Priskovic, of course, Olympic champion, just incredible to watch.
Oh, fantastic.
Going across the water, just has it all nailed down. He's doing the C1 this year, and he's taken to that like a duck to water and just really paddling.
And he's one that now that I'd expect to be going forwards as well.
He would have been a little...
He's a bit late.
No,
So
he's done a spin there. Yep. He would have been a bit disappointed after yesterday not making a C1 final for the first time this year, but we know what he did in Prague last week in the K1. So,
and he a couple of years ago at I believe it was the World Cup or the Euros, he did an absolutely fantastic run on Tacen. So he's definitely good here. He's good everywhere, as we know. But
the butcher kiss of death comes on again.
Oh, I think that was just water.
No, it wasn't. Well, you shouldn't be a judge.
Oh, nice. That was very tight as well.
This
is probably going to lay down the marker, I'd say.
I think so. This is going to be the 85 that we were talking about. Maybe just outside.
But
okay. 87.
There you go. 3 seconds up.
3 seconds up, and well, maybe Finn was right with that. Maybe it was water. Let's have a look.
It's got a review on a different gate, though.
Gate 7,
Yeah, I think that was just a big splash as he entered. Okay. Sometimes when you hit that hole, the side of your boat just kicks up a lot of water, as you can see. Yeah, there you go. It's just moved the pole. So.
Yeah, so that's why a lot of athletes are saying, we love you. In fact, nobody says we love you in the commentary box. They just say, can you stay in the commentary box and don't go anywhere? There's the wife and children there watching on, giving support.
I saw Yuri with little Yuri in the boat the other day, so that's quite cool. He's already got him paddling.
Yeah, he's going to buy him a canoe as well as a kayak.
Yeah. He's
give him choices.
Darius Popular. He was very fast in the second run yesterday.
Darius is in trouble. He's already got a review on a gate he hasn't been through. So he has got an issue already for Darius. He had to do 2 runs yesterday as well.
Yeah. He was good in the second run though, so he's got pace.
Yep. From Poland, of course, Darius Popella. He's been to a couple of Olympics.
Yeah.
And
very accomplished paddler.
Very good indeed. So what can he put down today? At the moment, Jiri Priskovic is at the top of the leaderboard with an asterisk. All right, he's got through. But not going the direct route.
It's a wee bit down on the split there, but I think he's, like we say, I think Yuri's going to be the marker. So if you can stay close to him, you might be in with a shout.
So he's not that far off. A couple of seconds off Priskovic, they're still reviewing the gate touch on gate 7 for Priskovic. Yeah, the asterisk is still there, so that's okay. It looked like he was going to be in trouble, but he's got some good speed.
Yeah, that's an arm burner, that exit there. Hold really on that right pole. So he's sort of running about Lucien's time here, so we'll see where he fits in. Lucien has a touch, but
we're looking at around the 90 seconds. If you're over 90 seconds, I think you can pack your boat.
Just behind him.
Put your boat back in the shed, I reckon. If you're over 90 seconds.
Yeah, I reckon that might be just bubble on Lucien's time around 90. Well, he's almost 91 actually, but I reckon about 90 will be the bubble.
Yep. Anyone slower than that, put your boat back in the shed. Go and buy yourself an ice cream.
But you never know. You never know. It's a crazy sport we're doing.
So Tim Anderson now from Australia. I saw him this morning. He was the last man from the Australian team to arrive at breakfast. In fact, everybody else had breakfast and left. So I don't know whether Tim slept in or whether he was just Just,
he's just a relaxed guy.
Just relaxed. He's a chilled guy, isn't he?
He is. He is. Very nice guy, Tim.
Top bloke.
And super fast in a boat too. So saw him really good earlier in the season in those Aussie races. So in their selection.
Did you get across to Penrith at all this summer? Yep.
Yeah, it was great. Haven't been there since start of 2020, so it was quite nice to get back. I'm used to be going every year. So yeah, it was.
Tell you what, we're all looking
guys.
forward, Finn, to coming to your fantastic stadium at Auckland at some stage.
Well, you need to come over. You do. It's pretty good.
We need to have a World Cup there or something.
Yeah.
We were going to have a World Championships there, of course.
Yeah, U23 Worlds we were going to have in 2021, but of course that COVID, something got in the way of that.
Stuffed that up. But yeah, I've heard such good things about the course there. So
yeah, it is good. It's good. We've got a pretty good setup there now, so we get to train a lot on good whitewater, which makes a big difference. Oh, that's nice and tidy there from Tim. Just a wee bit back on Yuri here, but like we say, I think he might be sort of running on that bubble time, which
he's on about Lucian's
pretty
time
quick too.
So could be Australian v Australian here if he finishes his.
Nice.
Good move from Tim
Might
Anderson.
just slot in front of him.
They had a big day yesterday. They had two Australians in the two Australians in the C1 final yesterday, which was
that was cool, wasn't it?
Yeah, it sure was.
Yeah. The young guy, Mark Crosby, and then Tristan Carter as well. So that was pretty wicked for the team to have two boats in there, let alone just one boat.
They are. Speaking of the devil, there's you can see the ponytail of the famous Tristan Carter ponytail, and Brodie Crawford looking too cool for school, as he always does. He is a very cool dude. Speaking of cool dudes, look at this man, Tyler Westfall.
Another American on the course.
Yes, well, we saw two Americans get through to the women's final of the K1, and we saw, of course, Zach Loken winning his first ever World Cup senior medal yesterday. So
that was pretty cool.
The Americans are having a big weekend at the moment. So
let's see what this
Tyler Westfall
teammate can do.
Yep, he would love to get into a World Cup final.
Yeah, he would. He just quite didn't get the run up on gate 4, which is probably reflected in that split there. But you know, like we say, he's not too far off.
So, by the way, I'll give you an update. Yuri Priskovic has been given the all clear, so he had an error-free run of 87.9.
Yeah, that's quick.
I think that'll be a finals run.
I'd say it will be, yeah. We can call that now.
I think so. If we have 10 athletes who go under 87.9, you are in for a real treat at home, folks. Don't worry about the coffee. Get something a bit stiffer, because it's going to be a sight to behold. I don't think that will happen, but Tyler Westfall's going nice here. That's a nice little manoeuvre. He's going to be very...
Ross, what have you done?
Seriously, what a... Come on.
He wasn't, like you say, he wasn't too far off on that split. Sort of running around that 90 seconds pace. Just let it slip away here, I'd say.
I'm so sorry, Tyler.
But sort of 80% of that run was good. Almost bang where it needed to be. So well done for that, Tyler. Oh, he's just getting caught on that.
It's tough down the bottom, isn't it? We were talking about that with Sophia Renesso, how you can get down the bottom and you want to celebrate, but the water
just suck you down.
The water sucks you in down. So, one of our Chinese athletes, and I was saying to Sophia, such a strong Chinese representation here across all the divisions, men's, women's, canoe and kayak.
They've got some really good athletes coming out. You hardly see them come to the races, but they are. They tend to come out as you get closer to the Olympics. So.
Well, in the face too.
I was about to say, he had a really good line through gate 1, carried heaps of speed, but just a little bit, lost a bit of accuracy in gate 2 there and let the bow touch the pole. So we'll see if he can hold it together after that.
One thing to, he's got a bit of work to do there too. It's one thing to touch a gate and get a 2-second penalty, but when you touch a gate with your schnoz, and then you've got to go down the rest of the course with a sore nose, that can be really frustrating. Yeah,
it can be. It's hard to keep focused, especially, when the margins are so tight to make that top 10, to know you've got to touch the first couple gates and then stick to your plan.
You might have tears in your eyes because your face is stinging. We saw yesterday with Matej Banush, he touched the gate with his voice box.
That was impressive, some freestyle on there. Some other Mark Crosby did a bit of freestyle on there too.
He did some freestyle.
I was just speaking to him this morning and he said he was going to send it regardless. So Good on him.
He should be heading off to Columbus later this year for the Freestyle World Championships.
Yeah.
Some of those moves, there was a phonic monkey or whatever they call it.
Oh, he just let go of his pedal there.
So this time, unfortunately, is not going to be good enough for Lim Huang from China. Just got himself, after that touch at the top, struggled to get back into
got out of sorts, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we've got 101.65. Not going to be good enough, unfortunately, for Huang from China. So Finn, what's the plan for you guys? You've got a bit of a break now. Are you going back to New Zealand, or are you going to stay in Europe? What's the feeling?
I'm sticking around actually. So going to Paris. So my coach Mish lives in Paris, so we'll go there for a bit. We're actually going. There's an ICF race in Epinal next weekend, so we'll go there for a bit of fun, and then got a few camps in London lined up. Spend time on that Worlds course there, and stay out of the Schengen zone for the visa. But
yeah, the extra height is important.
Yeah.
Some of the Australians are going back for that reason, going back to Australia.
Luca and Callum are heading home for a bit of downtime, but
a bit of that New Zealand winter that they all miss so much.
Yeah, I thought I'd have better training conditions over here, and probably if I went home, I'd just want to go back home to Central Otago and go skiing. So that's probably not the best idea.
No,
training-wise, but
no,
that's all right.
You'll come back with a busted ankle or something like that, or a sore knee.
Oh, Stefan's just picked up a penalty on gate 11 there.
Stefan Hengst, from Germany, of course, outstanding kayak cross competitor.
Yeah, very strong in the kayak cross.
Oh, no.
It's just that water just took him left when he didn't want to go left. So.
Yeah. So unfortunately for Stefan.
Yeah. Quite similar to Augsburg here, actually. The water moving around the rocks in a similar way. So the Germans are usually do reasonably well here, but Stefan's just let it slip away there. So that wasn't quite what he's looking for. But yeah, he'll have another crack tomorrow.
Yeah, he'll be fired up now, Finn. I hope you don't draw him in you.
Actually.
Don't draw him in you. He will have the angry eyes on.
Yeah, no, he's a good man, Stefan.
He's a top bloke.
Really nice guy.
But unfortunately, no finals action for Stefan Hengst, and that time of year in Priskovic is starting to look pretty impressive, isn't it?
Pretty shiny, isn't it?
But we're not even. Well, we are.
And Tim's sitting well in second place there. So
we are just over a quarter of the way through now. Frederick Wallen, who was sitting in that seat where you're sitting right now last week.
Yeah, it's good to see him on the water.
Well, I told him, I said, I don't want to see you in the commentary box again this season. I want to be sitting here watching you on the water. So let's see what he can put together here today. Again, just be quiet, Ross. Why don't you just sing a song or something? Just read a poem.
Yeah.
Read some.
See if they can hold it together, like we said with the Chinese athlete earlier. See if they can hold it together after a bit of a mistake at the top. Because there is space.
There is space, but I don't think with a 2-second touch you can get near Yuri's time.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. But
you could certainly get around.
Get close to the other guys.
Yep, for sure. So that's what your focus has got to be. You can't think that your race is over, because there are a lot of places here where mistakes can be made. Yeah,
it's never over. You just got to keep going and do the best run you can with the circumstances. So hopefully Freddie can hold it together. He's looking pretty tidy actually. Hasn't let it slip away too far.
Such hot competition, isn't there, in the Swedish team? There are 3 athletes there who are very close to each other. They're all at a very similar level.
Very nice paddlers.
Yep. And unfortunately, the way the Olympics are, there's only one place at the Olympics in the K1 for men. So last year was heartbreak for 2 of the 3, including Frederick Wallen. So not last year, I'm meaning Tokyo. Sorry, feels like last year.
It does feel like last year. Yeah, it's gone quick, hasn't it? It's a short turnaround.
Yeah, how are you feeling, mate, about it, or about the qualification process and everything?
Yeah, pretty good. It's come, like you say, it's come around fast. But I'm excited for it. Ours all starts at the Worlds in London. So, and then we've got a couple races, one in Aussie, Oceanias, and then at home in New Zealand after that. So, I'm looking forward to it. I really enjoy the course in London. So, hoping to start the process on a good note there. And,
so for those watching at home, what happens is in London, the first 15 countries that cross the finish line will get a quota. So
that's in the kayak classes.
In the kayak classes, yes.
C1's at
12, I think.
aren't they? Yeah.
So what that means is if you have 2 New Zealanders who finish in the top 10, only one quote. You can only get one quota, which then means that it pushes out to the 16th athlete or 17th athlete, depending how many. So
nice. He's picked that wave up really well with Yuki Tanaka. So
another of the Japanese paddlers.
Good start here.
Good to see, isn't it, Finn, off the back of the Tokyo Olympics? We're seeing some more. I mean, there is an obvious flow-on effect for a country that hosts an Olympic Games to see athletes or people take up a sport. They've seen it at the Games and they think, okay, I want to have a crack at that. And there's some great stories of, I mean, one of the greatest stories of all is Jess Fox, of course, who, by the way, did have 2 parents who were slalom paddlers.
Pretty well accomplished.
But she talks about how, as a 6-year-old standing on the banks at Penrith watching, in 2000, watching the Sydney Olympics, how that influenced her and encouraged her to really push on with the sport.
Yeah, and I think, you know, these guys would have definitely started before the Olympics. They've been around for a while. I've been seeing them in Penrith for the last few years, actually. But actually being in Penrith this year, there was quite a few Japanese development.
It was a big Japanese training camp.
Young team there, so... Oh, no.
I'm not seeing anyone do that move.
I didn't want to say how well he was going, because he was pretty close there, but just let it go away on those last 2 gates, unfortunately.
A move that we haven't seen.
Yeah, he did try. He tried the big move of going forwards, which is pretty good, but yeah, I think
not a lot of euphoria amongst the Japanese support staff. Try and look a bit happier, guys.
Similar to Tyler Westfall there. I think a lot of the run was really good. Just let it go away in those last gates. It's slalom, man. You've just got to be focused for the entire run. You can't let it go until you've passed that finish line, or else it can just slip away in the blink of an eye.
So another paddler here that we don't see a lot of at the Senior World Cup level, Ilya Burin from Slovakia. He will be desperate to make the most of his opportunity here to compete on the big stage, because we know how much depth there are in those countries. I mentioned Jakub Grigard before, but these guys are getting a chance now to strut their stuff on the big stage. We're not going to Slovakia this year. Oh, that's interesting.
Rodeo. That can happen there, because the stern of your boat's actually in the eddy on the right-hand side as you're turning there. So you've really got to stay on the front and nice and balanced, so that you can hold the speed, and otherwise it will just pull your tail down and do whatever it wants.
Lost a little bit of time there as well.
So a wee bit there. So Yuri was really on top of things in that 9, 10, 11 move that we say. So he's picked up a penalty there too.
Is it good, Finn, in a big semi-final like this, 40 athletes, to have an athlete like Yuri out on the course early, so that he's missed that gate, so that the rest of the field, like, they'll all know. I mean, they'll pretend that they might not know, but they'll all know. They'll all would have been watching what Yuri's done.
Yeah, I think like sort of the ones that were not long after him wouldn't have seen, but the ones later on, starting later on, it's definitely good to have someone nail a run earlier on, and then you can see what the fast moves are. They also lay down a bit of a marker, so for sure you know where you stand, but it can be tricky if you've got someone's time in your mind and you're chasing something. But I think a lot of the time it's just good to be able to see someone do the moves well, and then you can sort of get a gauge on how you want to do them as well. So there we go, Johnny Dixon. He was really good here at the Under-23 Worlds a couple of years ago.
And he was good in Prague last week.
He was good, and he was good in the flatwater slalom here actually earlier in the week as well. So he's on.
He is on, Johnny Dixon. It was a breakthrough moment for him last week, making the final, and he was super fast in the semi-final.
Very dynamic paddler. He's his first year on the senior team here. His countryman Bradley Forbes-Crynes has hung up the paddle, and he's taken his spot pretty tidily. So see what he can do here. He's not too far away on the split. No. Reasonably tidy through 9-10. Just put the rock, but that's fine. Keep the speed going. Yeah, like I say, I think he was second here at the Under-23 Worlds. So He definitely knows what he's doing.
Yeah, and
Nice, that was tidy
super
too.
impressive. And of course, having Joe Clark as a teammate, that gives you something to aspire to if you're out there paddling alongside an Olympic gold medalist.
Nice, Johnny.
In your training runs.
Nice and tidy on that pole there. So he's in for a reasonably good one here.
He's certainly going to challenge the Tim Anderson, Lucian Delfour time, I think.
Sitting around their times if he can pin this.
So we're looking at around 90. Oh, that was a bit.
Just a bit sticky. Yep. Just going to slot him behind those two Aussies, I reckon.
Just falling out there, not by much,
Yeah.
but it's a bit of a log jam there. Around the 90, 91 second mark,
Yeah.
there's 3 or 4 athletes who are all stuck around that time. So a bit of a log jam there.
I think Yuri will be back in the tent, relaxing and having some food and getting ready for the final by the looks of things.
Yep. Well, he might be on dad duty. Maybe it's his time now.
Yeah, he might be. Yeah.
So we talked about the tightness in the Swedish team.
Yeah,
and here is the third, Isaac Åström, who is also a very, very good paddler, but just such hot competition.
Yeah, and a new father as well, just
Is
like
he?
Yuri. Yep. Yeah, his wife's here with their new kid, so it's pretty cool. It's a bit of a family affair coming around. He spends a lot of time. I think he actually moved to Bratislava a while ago, so he spends a lot of time in Slovakia training. So great training venue there, as you can see by the Slovak talent coming out of there. So.
Frederick Wallen was telling me last week that he's, of the three of them, he's the only one who doesn't get the Olympic support, the Olympic funding. So his two teammates go off to Dubai and nice places like that to train. He has to train during winter in Sweden.
Yeah. Winter in Sweden wouldn't be much fun to go canoeing in. But
he said, you know, it's so bitterly cold, but he loves it. He doesn't turn on social media because he doesn't want to see pictures of everybody sunning themselves in Dubai or Penrith or Auckland.
If you're listening, Freddie, come to New Zealand, mate. I'll put you up.
Show you a good time.
Yeah,
exactly.
And Isaac's, he's on a pretty decent run here, just letting it slip away in that upright there, but the rest of it's pretty good. He's, like we say, he's quite close to those the Anderson-Delfour duo.
This is where it can be
reasonably tidy spin.
It's going to be outside 90 though, so he will also just miss out. He'll join that log jam, that 91
there's a bit of a bubble there, isn't there?
There really, really is. The 91 second.
3 seconds back of Yuri.
Right, what now? Now we're going to get serious. We've already had one Olympic champion. Shall we have another Olympic champion?
We should,
Why not? It's time.
Send him down.
Why not? Let's see what Mr. Joseph Clark. He's sick and tired of being asked about why he didn't go to Tokyo. He's tired of that question. There you go. He just heard me say it. You can see that look. He said,
he's been one of the world's best for a long time now, so...
Just so strong and so powerful.
He is very, very strong athlete. Extremely powerful.
Just over the water. He just... It's like he's got a motor attached to his boat sometimes, the way he zooms along.
And I think, like I said earlier, the addition of Campbell Walsh to his team will, I believe, help him with his sort of big race delivery a lot. That was something I really noticed with Campbell, was his technical ability, but also his ability to, as you saw with his work with Luca, to deliver at the big moments was, something he really focused on. So I think we'll be seeing a pretty dangerous Joe Clark in the next few years.
It's a really good point you make there, Finn, because Joe Clark in the qualifying for Tokyo did everything right until the World Championships, the biggest stage, and even then he didn't really stuff it up, but it was enough for him to lose that Olympic spot, which was unbelievable, really. I think.
Yeah, I think he's put that well behind him now, and he's been on some pretty good form.
They are reviewing that gate 15. You heard Finn say it was tight.
Yeah, he's not too far off Priskovich here.
No.
Probably not as close as he'd want to be. I think Joe, he strives to be better than Yuri. He doesn't want to just slot him behind him.
He's under 90. He's under 90.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I'd say that'll be, depending on that star that they've got there, but I reckon he's sitting pretty well for a final there, Joe.
Let's have a look. I wonder if we can have a look on the replay. Gate 15, that's the one. Is that the look of a guy who looks guilty? What do you reckon, Finn?
He's looking away.
He's not looking at the camera. He doesn't want anybody to see.
This one here. Pretty tight. but the judges have all sorts of angles, so we will see.
I'll check out the angle of the dangle and work out.
And a World Cup winner coming down. He won the Po World Cup last year.
Indeed.
Gabriel.
And that was a moment. That was a moment.
Extremely strong athlete as well. Very powerful. So
representing Belgium, but spends a lot of his time in France, obviously.
Yeah, pretty aggressive on the poles too. He's he can go very tight to the poles and throw his head around, and he can produce some absolutely rapid paddling. So
I am keeping. I've got one eye on the screen and one eye on the asterisk next to Joe Clark. I'm a bit cross-eyed at the moment, but I'll let you know as soon as we have a development with it, because the judges will be pouring over
forwards there. So I think that'll be.
Oh, bong. Yeah, that's okay. He's got such a nice
looking touch on 11 too. I didn't see that.
He's got such a nice looking boat too, and he just smashed it into a rock. But he's going okay.
Not too far off with a 2-second penalty. He's only 0.6 behind Yuri there in raw speed, so he's got some pace. He can nail this bottom section.
Here we go. You just put the kiss on him. Let's see how we go here. Gabriel da Costa from Belgium.
Just a little bit away. He is quick though.
Yeah, he is quick. He's got a couple more gates to go, and then he will be just outside the 9. I think he's going to join that 91-second bubble that everybody else is sitting in.
Yeah. Well, the 2-second penalty.
Yeah, that's not a bad raw time.
Pretty good.
Not a bad raw time.
Just faster than Joe there on raw time, I believe. 89. Yep.
Still the asterisk remains.
Yeah, I'll be looking at that one hard. That's good. They're pretty thorough in their reviews, so you can hear the horns in the background.
Yep. What does that mean? Hello.
Here we go.
Mr. P. Kauser, the whole of his village.
I'm hoping for something special here.
When
Kauser is on one.
Look at that. They've bought Peter Kauser. Someone's stolen his bed sheet and brought it down to the course. And they're waving it around now for Peter Kauser.
He's an absolute master of this water here, so let's see.
They all come out. His whole village apparently turns out. He's from a small village near Ljubljana. He's building a new house there apparently, which has been causing a little bit of stress, but it's okay. He's on top of it all now. And
there you go. Picked up that wave nicely.
Yes, Peter Kauser. Of course, he was going to retire after Tokyo, but then he thought, well, we're so close to Paris. What's another 3 years? And he is really doing his best now to get to another Olympic Games.
Oh, he's still one of the best in the world, as you can see by his bib number 3 there. So, you know, he's either going to...
He's not going to leave anything out there.
No.
He's not going to die wondering.
Just picked up a penalty there.
Yep.
Ooh. But he's still quick.
He's really throwing this down.
I did expect he'd be one of the ones to challenge that early time of Priskovic, so see what he can do. I'm hoping for the home fans that he can slot into the final.
At the moment,
see something really special.
Oh, that's another 2 seconds. So can he get into a final with 4 seconds of that?
He's going to be just around that 91 by the looks.
That's going to annoy him, that touch, because it was a lazy touch.
Pretty good though there.
Oh, is he going to be? He's going to be 91. He's in that
this
bubble.
Is going to be outside.
I don't think it's going to be
just on the backside of the wee 91 bubble we've got.
Everyone is around that 91. With 4 seconds. So what's his raw time? His raw time
pretty fast.
Was an 87.4.
Quickest raw time we've seen.
Quickest raw time on the course, that would have been.
Yeah.
Peter Kauser.
Well, the fan club's gone a bit quiet, but...
Asterisk is still on Joe Clark. Oh, look at that, right on the cheek.
Yeah.
That's annoying. He's annoying when he gets smacked in the face. Yeah, he knows. Oh, the asterisk has been removed. Joe Clark, there we go, has been given the all clear.
So I'm going to call it and say that those two at the top of the leaderboard will be, you'll see them racing later. Probably not the hardest call, but...
No. Well, but...
You can't speak too early, but...
You can't, but
Marcelo Veda, he's really fast on this day as well. I like almost, you can say that about almost anyone in this race, but
yes, you can.
Marcelo won a medal at the 2021 World Champs in Bratislava. So he's a really tidy paddler, training partner of Giovanni Di Gennaro. So
the good news is we've just gone over the halfway mark of the semi-final.
He's another one of the Italians who spends a lot of time at Brea training, racing here at their selection races, and you know, I hope that he's going to lay down a good one. There we go. He's up on the split.
Just a very good split for Marcelo Beta. And just getting the boat moving nicely across the water here. Here's a little bit of a challenge for him, but
Tidy,
very good move. Wow, we could see another sub 90 here, could we?
Yeah.
Just outside Priskovich's time, so
it's pretty tidy in the last upstream there.
Yep. This last little combination here, and I think we're going to go under 90 seconds. So Marcelo Beta, he's got to book himself. Wow, we could even have a new...
I'd say, yep.
Ooh.
He'll be in, I reckon.
You're being a bit bold here, my friend.
You're not too bold.
Hey?
Yeah, he's happy. He's happy. He knows the water here. He's happy with it, so I reckon.
You called half the final field. We're not even halfway through the semi-final.
Yeah.
The rest of them are obviously going to...
It's a tricky course, so I think we'll see a lot more mistakes than you know, sort of a normal race. But
So another of the Germans, Noah Hege, I think he made the final last week. My old memory plays tricks on me now, but
I don't know actually.
No, anyway, let's see if he can get through this
week.
week.
He has been in finals before.
Yes, he has.
Let's say that. I definitely know he's been in finals before, and he's very smooth actually, Noah Hege, as well as being fit and strong like the Germans are known for. He's very smooth and tidy and very technical. So. I think he was in the final in Augsburg, actually, the first one.
Yes, that's right. I knew it was a final somewhere. But
and we said earlier that the course here sort of moves a bit like Augsburg around these rocks, so he'll be knowing it well, I'd say. Pretty adept at those kind of rivers.
Whoa! There we go.
He's just getting his edge caught, but he saved it well, actually.
Yep. So as you can see, beautiful day here in Tacen. The sun is shining, the weather's perfect, and there is no wind.
A bit of time through there and picked up a touch.
Yeah, no wind. So yesterday in the women's C1 semi-final, a bit of a storm came through. There was rain and the wind was buffeting the gates, and it was so hard just for a handful of athletes.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but just getting an outdoor sport, that's what you get.
Yeah, but today, well, you'd have to say, Finn, this is perfect paddling conditions,
isn't it? Yeah. The water's lovely here as well. It's nice and cool, and it's a pretty wicked place to paddle, to be honest.
Would you drink this water? If you did a roll,
probably not.
Roll?
Maybe if I lived in Prague and I was used to accidentally drinking the Vltava, then I'd probably happily drink this one. But
this would be like drinking champagne.
Yeah.
So Noah,
just let it go at the end there, I'd say.
Yep, that's not going to be good enough, unfortunately, for.
He just got really stuck on gate 12 there. He kind of got his bow stuck on the current coming across to 12, and then couldn't quite hold it together.
So Chris Bowers, again, another who has sat in that seat where you're sitting right now, and I told him that, again, I said to him, you're not welcome back here because you should be in finals, and he was great last week in the semis. In the semis, wasn't it?
Yep.
So it looked like he'd finally got into some form, so let's see what he can do here. Good. Ooh, gee.
Yeah, third British boat on the water here, so the Brits have got all three in the semi-final there. So that was pretty tidy around gate 5 there. So I don't think he's going to be too far away. He sort of lost a wee bit through the spin and 4, but he's right in touch with Priskovich there.
So former underage champion, he was very good at under 23 level, and now just looking to make his mark in a strong British field.
Is that boil's come up again?
Oh, no. Chris. Oh, that's okay. Well, he's used the rock to his advantage there, and I think he got away with it, but
that'll bleed a bit of time as well off him, but not too far.
Might bleed a bit on the hand too. But you might have a bit of a scratch mark on there.
That in. Pretty good.
Yeah, we're getting to the stage now, though, Finn, with some of these times that we can no longer excuse mistakes and get people into finals, because the top 2 or 3 times are all sub 90.
Yeah, and there's people not too far away from them just behind that with that Anderson-Delfour duo we talked about earlier.
Yep, the 90.
So I think unfortunately for Chris, this has probably gone awry, but he looks like he's picked up a touch there as well.
Yep. So unfortunately for Chris Bowers, he slips out of contention now. He knows it too, but just the mindset that must set in when you make a mistake like he made up there, and then trying to stay positive and finish off.
Yeah.
And you can see there's not a lot of celebration going on there amongst the
face planting the wall's not too great.
Here we go.
Here we go. Here's my teammate.
Can we get him across the line, Finn?
Come on, boy.
How's he been this year? What's his attitude been like? What's his form been like?
Pretty good, I'd say. Yeah, he's. I think he was reasonably happy in Augsburg, but probably not quite as happy in Prague. But that's all right. Callum can be very quick on his days. Nice and smooth and powerful athlete. So hopefully you can see him lay one down here. I've given him the curse as well.
Wow, that's lucky you're staying in Europe and he's going home, because it'll be a frosty flight home, I can tell you. If you listen to...
and a touch on 5. So it's not quite gone well from the start.
No, so I don't think
he can finish one off.
For Callum it's going to be... he's really working hard.
I thought it was water in 5 as well, but we'll see. That definitely wasn't water in 11.
Nope.
It's just not quite gone well from here.
No, unfortunately. So Callum Gilbert needs to finish off with a good run here. Needs to be tidy at the back half.
Definitely can. Good practice for trying to hold that mindset together.
Yep. A few mistakes setting in now. But he will head home. Is he doing the kayak cross tomorrow, Callum?
Yep, I think he is. Yeah. So
a chance.
He'll be fired up for that.
A chance for redemption.
Yeah.
Tomorrow on the kayak cross course.
Yeah.
Plenty of chance to.
That's a shame.
Yep. Plenty of chance to exercise your demons on the kayak cross. You can take it out on anyone.
Yeah.
So Callum Gilbert, unfortunately, no final for him.
Yeah, he was very good yesterday though, so I think he'll take something away from that.
Yep,
definitely.
He will listen back
the crew.
There's your coach. There's Luca. Well, look at it. It's like
dressed in black in the sun. Our uniform looks good, but it's if it's a sunny day, it's like you're going to find the shade.
Yep.
Yeah.
Righto, now we have another of our Chinese athletes now, Xin Quan, who's
doing his hair.
Yeah, I've seen him.
Look good.
He does. He's buff too, isn't he? Buff. He looks like he's been working out a bit.
And I really like the way he pedals. He's very strong, very dynamic, but extremely patient on some of the moves.
Yep.
You can see him just wait and then time his strokes really nice. So he's going forwards at the top here. There's his power.
Yeah, look at that.
There you go.
That's where, I mean, there are upsides and downsides for having the big pectoral muscles. Because you can get there, but also I think sometimes when you go through the gate, you can just brush them on your six-pack, which can be costly.
Yeah, well, there's no point in having the big muscles if you can't put the power into the blades at the right time. But I feel like he can definitely do that. So hopefully he can stick close on that split and slot into the final. But it's just getting a bit away from here.
Yeah, just that middle section there, there's plenty of opportunities there to get stuck.
It's not too far off.
Yeah.
Just in front of our little 91 bubble.
So Priskovic's time, just to remind people, is 87.9.
It's looking increasingly good, isn't it?
It really, really is.
Oh,
my goodness, he's
doing some finish.
He liked that gate so much he went through it twice.
Yeah.
It's
just a touch, but lost a bit of time.
Yep, so we're seeing some of the athletes now really struggling, and that is the Priskovic pressure being applied.
That time just shot up real fast, didn't it?
Oh, look at that.
Oh, let it go. That bottom section is just so tricky to nail once you're halfway through a run.
Yep. So unfortunately for Quan, there'll be no finals action for him either. So a lot of Chinese athletes here, but at this stage, none of them really in the mix for top 10. But that's okay. Yeah, look at that. He's just gone up and down on the one spot there for a little bit.
Great camera work.
They work hard.
Yeah, it's pretty
on
cool.
top of, and the replay folk, they are really switched on. They are on top of. They're going to have about 16 coffees before the event starts, just so they're good coffee too, and just so that they've got their eyes wide open and nothing slips by them.
That's your Desnos. He's off already.
With the Bumblebee helmet.
Yeah.
He looks like a man. He looks like the car from Transformers, doesn't he?
He does.
What, is it Bumblebee? Was that the yellow one? Here he is, Bumblebee. Matthew Desnos on the course.
He's very quick too. Extremely balanced. You can see he's nice and light in his boat. Keeps his boat nice and flat.
Yep.
And really good timing on his blades.
Oh, look at that. What was that? That's a nice little dance move. Bit of a dance move in the middle of the
Saved
course.
it well. I reckon if he can hold that.
I was about to say,
Not going to be too far away, but he's just lost it again in 12.
I was about to say he's floating like a butterfly, sting like a bee, but then he did that interesting pirouette.
Yeah, see, I didn't think it was too much time in that pirouette.
But he's going to have to. He cannot make another mistake though. He's got to be clean and he's got to be quick here. This is the move. Can he nail this one?
That is it. Hold it together.
Ooh, just a little bit stuck there, but
I think that might have slipped away.
Yeah, oh, he knows it too, I think. He's paddling now like a man who might have. There he goes.
Come on.
The Bumblebee coming down now for the last 2 gates. What can he do? Nice move there.
That's pretty tidy.
He's going to be around that 91 bubble, 92.
Just behind, I think.
Yep, so I don't think that's going to be. No, it's not. It's already 11. So
man, 5.4 seconds, and he's already 11. Yeah, the times are close at the top. It slips away a bit further down the order, but man, those first 5 or 6 spots.
Yep.
They're in a sandwich.
And it's Attila pretending she wasn't watching. Because you don't want to have that conversation. Yeah. Now, here is a man, okay, I'm going to put it out there. Here's a man, and he will be top 5.
Oh, calling it early.
Felix
he definitely can be, that's for sure.
Is, I just love watching this guy paddle. He's so fast.
He is very quick.
When he nails it, it's very, very good. If ever there's the kiss of death, there it is. But let's see what he can put together here. Felix Oshmarsh.
No, Felix knows how to put down a run when it matters as well.
And again, a guy who's got the big muscles, as they say in France.
He's pretty strong.
Yeah. And top bloke off the water as well. So there he is. He's around that time, isn't he? He's just in the mix now. If he can.
Nice. That's very nice there. He's nice and early in 10. He can hold it together.
Yep.
Through there, you've just got to hold your hips close to that left pole of 10 and then stop yourself sliding to the right. He did that well. He can be reasonably close there.
Yes, it's a very nice run, very tidy through there as well. So
that's good.
Just a little bit down, but that's okay. If he sticks at that speed, he'll be under the 90, and that's the crucial mark at the moment. That's the measuring stick.
Nice.
Oh, look at that move there. That is wonderful. Well done. Oop. Okay, that's okay.
That's good.
Felix Oshmarsh, he's going to give it a bit of a shake. He's going to give that 90-second mark
for sure.
A real shake, actually.
Go forwards here.
Yep, here he is.
And he's done it reasonably well.
Has he or not, though? Yes, he has. Whoa, he's going to go under the 90, is he? Just. Oh, yes, he has. I said top 5.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
4th man.
How many more have we got?
We've got a few. Don't worry. We still got
we're not even in the top 10 yet.
Still got about 15 to go.
He's close though. 1.87 back.
Ooh.
He's on the right side of the bubble. There's sort of a bit of a gap from him now to Tim.
Yep.
So I feel like that's going to be inside, I reckon. I called Clark that he'll be in, and he's only 0.02 behind him, so it's a bit harsh to say he's going to be out.
Exactly. You can't. You've called Clark in, but you've ruled a line through it. Oshmarsh, you're a hard man.
His teammate right behind him.
Mario Leitner, the speed machine. I convinced him the other day. There he is. I convinced him to go and do a new shoot for the in the green room.
I need to do one of those. I did one a while ago, but they didn't use it.
Didn't they? Did you do something offensive? Did you do something offensive or something?
No. Well, the one Mario's just
Mario. He's already got a
slipping
touch.
away on 4. It was pretty tight on the entry there, but yeah.
Do you remember what you did in your move that might have upset the?
Well, my original one, I held up my phone and it said "Hi, Mum" on it, but I didn't think it worked in the graphics, so that's what I've got on there at the moment. It just looks like I'm holding up a phone with nothing written on it, but which is silly. But
people think you're a weirdo.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to say hello to my mum, but
I
should have it written on a piece of paper. But so I went and did a new one. But I haven't quite put it on. They haven't put it on there, so I might need to go and ask them to replace it.
Well, they're very accommodating, and they always want to make you look your best you possibly can. So, so feel free to go.
Unfortunately, Mario's just let this one go. He was chasing it from the start. He clipped gate 2, I think, on that left pole. But
he spent too much time thinking about what he was going to do in the green room. Not enough time focusing on his semi-final run, because he's out of the mix here, unfortunately, for Mario Leitner. But we are now about to get into the top 10.
Are we?
So from here on, we can start
Okay.
Throwing around some Q qualifying stuff.
Well, like I say, I reckon we've got a local coming up.
Then we've got Agner,
Local.
Prindus.
Best in the world. Pretty local.
Oh,
and,
shit, there's a lot of young
Ferrazzi.
guys in there who...
Yeah, but they're all quick. They are all fast.
Okay. All right. That's what you say.
They've got a couple of old dogs and then some young bucks.
Some young pups.
There's one of the young pups.
Young pups at home.
Is he really 15?
Oh, can you believe it?
No.
Yeah, he is. He is 15 years of
Oh,
age.
he's really good.
One of the reasons why they had to put the kayak on a Saturday, because you had to go to school on Friday. So actually,
I'm sure the school would have let him off.
I don't think that was a reason, but yeah, we had bronze medal for Eva Hosova yesterday.
Yeah.
Yep. So
He's done that very well at the start. He's close to 6 there, but I think he's okay.
You know what?
Just fine.
You know what sibling rivalry is? I mean, he would have been thinking, I do not want to spend the next month listening to my sister banging on about her bronze.
Oh no, just slipped away. See, I said earlier that you had to hold your hips really on the inside of gate 10. Try to hold it from sliding away.
What this is going to mean, I think, is that Yuri Priskovic, he can get the boat back down from the racks.
Oh, yeah.
Not that he would have put it
I'd
up
say
there
it would have
anyway.
been.
He'd be primed, he'd be ready to go.
But for a 15-year-old to be qualifying,
what were you doing when you were 15?
Almost the top 10.
What were you doing when you were 15? Smoking behind the bike sheds.
Not racing a World Cup,
No.
that's for sure. Definitely not qualifying for a semi-final in a World Cup.
No.
Yeah, I would have been enjoying my time at Tacen. Yeah, back at home, I reckon.
Don't tell us about it. But yeah, so unfortunately it's not going to be a run for finals action, but it is going to be good enough for the Q to appear beside Yuri Priskovic.
He is definitely going to be one to watch in the future, though.
Yeah.
For sure.
Disappointing.
He's not stoked about it, but
No.
I'd sure look back tomorrow and say,
there's the sister where's the bronze medal? Why has she got down the
she's got bragging rights
just to give him some incentive to do well.
Yeah.
So-
well done for being there, though.
But unfortunately
the local
now-
crowd was pretty stoked to see you. I'd
Unfortunately
say.
now, Ziggy, you're going to whole month or so of listening to your sister banging on about her bronze medal. You just sit there and eat your cornflakes.
Yeah, pretty cool for him to be in the senior team, isn't it? The
Yep.
Slovenian senior team at 15 years old. It's pretty impressive.
Now here's a bloke who knows his way around a
Yeah.
slalom course. He's a two-time Olympic bronze medalist.
He knows how to put down a solid run, does Hannes. He can just lay them down, one after the other.
At the moment, we don't have any German anywhere near the top 10, so it would be a very unusual final not to have a German in it. So can Hannes Agner, Yuri Priskovic is through, Marcelo Beda is the time that Hannes Agner needs to beat. It's an 88.8, so it's very, very fast. But Hannes Agner always seems to be in control, doesn't he?
Does,
Never looks like he's panicking.
Never does anything crazy.
No.
Yeah, but he just lays down solid run after solid run, and it works so well for him.
At the moment,
He's got some seriously good results behind him.
yep, at the moment he is clean, so no problems here. Can he get this move smooth? Yeah, that's a good move. So he wants to go under 90 will give him a good shake, for sure. Ooh, he's going to be close.
Just on the 90 bubble right now, but
Might be in
he can
90.
pin this one. He'll be in for a shout.
I think he might be. I think
too
he's going to
bad.
be around the 91 mark. Is he or not? Oh no, he'd be okay. I
90,
think.
I reckon.
90.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
5. That's bubble,
that
probably.
is tight around there, Hannes Agner. You've got a nervous wait, but Marcelo Beda from
There we
Italy.
go. I did think he'd be in.
You did
Marcelo,
indeed.
well done, mate.
Yep, he is into the final.
Yeah.
Which means that Joe Clark now waits.
Yeah, he waits for the world number 1.
Big Prindus.
World Cup second last week, Prague, in his home course.
Yep. I always say, Finn, and Vic will be sick of me telling this story, but I always say it is absolutely outrageous that a man of this ability cannot get to an Olympics.
Yeah, it's just one of the things about our sport. It's
Isn't it?
ridiculous.
It's so
but
cruel.
Yeah, it is cruel.
The good thing is with kayak cross, though, it may provide him an opportunity because he is very good at kayak cross. He loves his kayak cross.
I'd say you have an opportunity anyway against Yuri. You know, he's the world number 1 for a reason. He's pretty fast, and on his day he can be just as fast, if not faster, than his compatriots. So
There you go. You have that, folks.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a reason why he's world champion last year.
That's true.
You know, he's pretty bloody good.
He's consistent too, which is, you don't often see him put down
so
dodgy runs.
Yeah, he's one of my favourite paddlers to watch, actually. Yeah.
And again,
just clip the rock with his bow there. So if you don't quite get the pre-turn right, there's a wee rock that sticks out off the wall there, and you can just clip it. And wow, he's so quick.
That's true. I reckon that's true.
I think it looked like he stopped the split around the same spot, but if so, he's picked up good amount of time on Kuskovic, but
very
see what this one
misleading.
says.
Very misleading, isn't it? Because he doesn't look.
No, I think it was about right.
Well,
maybe they stopped the top one a bit wrong.
Yeah,
because he did look pretty tidy at the top. But
he is going to go under 90. No doubt about that. In fact,
tidy, yeah,
we're going to have a new race leader. A new race leader, folks. Check this out.
I told you.
Oh, you did tell me. You did tell me.
But it is just a semi-final, but he's the world champion for a reason.
Yep. Come on, Yuri, give him a smile.
There you go.
Oh, give him a smile. Come on, man.
They're training partners, so they get on well, and I think they're both pushing each other to be the best they can be, which is pretty cool to see. World number 1 and number 2 training together.
What's this 17-year-old? Come on. Seriously, 17-year-old up there in the top 10.
And this is a man who has an amazing style. Saw yesterday, absolutely pinned gate 12.
Yep. Again, the Italians, they train here all the time, so he will love this course.
So dynamic on the water, and I think as well, he's going to be one to watch in the future. One to watch today for sure, but definitely in the future.
Yeah, it's a big ask. It's a big ask for us. Oh, it's a big ask for a 17-year-old to not be overawed by this situation.
Yeah. But once again, another young one making their national team.
Yep.
So he knows what he's doing in the big races. To beat out the likes of Marcello Beda and Zeno Valvi into the senior team,
you've got to be,
definitely knows his way around the poles.
You've got to be quick. And at 17, what a...
Oh, another one. That rock's getting some loving today.
There'll be a bit of work for a kayak panel beater a little bit later on, I think. A couple of little dings that need to be removed. So, 17 years of old, Zabia Ferrazzi from Italy.
Couple two penalties there, which is going to be tricky to hold back.
A little bit slow there as well. So, so I don't know. This could mean Joe Clark. Finn Butcher called it a long time ago. He put his neck on the line, and it looks like Joe Clark could be through.
Clarkie will be
into the final, which just adds that extra spice with 2 Olympic champions and a world champion all sitting there in a final. I mean, I'm already licking my lips with anticipation, Finn.
So far, the big guns are all in there.
There's Marta Bertoncelli there on the left. Yeah, there's great to see a lot of good team support, isn't there, amongst fellow athletes.
Marcello, you happy he'll be already in?
So now we turn to one of the exciting young French athletes. I mean, I saw him win his gold medal at the juniors in 2019, and he just blew them away.
Yeah, he's so fast. Didn't quite get what he wanted in the French team trials earlier in the year, but he gets an opportunity here, and he will have more opportunity at the under 23 races later on in the year.
In Krakow this year, so he'll be super excited and super keen to make his mark there, but it's going well at the moment. We don't have a Frenchman in the top 10.
Yeah, we saw yesterday in the C1s, the Frenchies were so good. You know, guys who are racing their first World Cup, including Adrian Fisher. And I don't know if Johan Seneschal had raced the World Cup before, but geez, they were both so fast.
Yep. Big mistake there, though, unfortunately for De La Souche.
But
so he's just, and another touch there. So that might be, and that's going to mean, I did make the prediction, a little bit of acknowledgement would be nice, Finn, if you don't mind. I did say Felix Oshmartz would be top 5.
Yeah, I mean, we said Clark would be in there, and Felix is just 0.02 behind him, so it would be unfair if he didn't make it too. But unfortunate for Anatole there. He has a lot of potential, but didn't quite put it through. He's still going for it though. The Frenchies, they know how to race. You know, they they race against such good athletes from when they're such a young age, and they just know.
And they're spoiled for choice in terms of training options in France, aren't they? There's crackerjack options
Great
there.
courses everywhere. They've got a really good club set up. Lots of club races, 3 divisions, you know, all sorts of stuff. So once they get to the level, and I think that's why we see, you know, French athletes just come out of the woodwork, racing first World Cup and do so well.
So now we have a 21-year-old, Tomic.
Local. Well, I think his world ranking will probably be climbing up in the next few years, I'd say, this fella.
Saw him, he was at the Youth Olympic Games, I think it was, in Argentina. I think he did very well there from memory. That interesting format that we have at the yacht, where it's a combination of sprint and slalom.
I think he's pretty accomplished on the whitewater. These Slovenians, they really know how to use the water. They always get really good grip on their blades.
They've got some of the best wild water paddlers in them.
They do,
Nec Sinadic is just in a class of his own. Ooh, taking the kayak for a little dance there.
He's held it together though.
Listen to the crowd, folks. The Slovenians, they don't have anyone yet.
Nice, that was really tight. That's almost the best we've seen, gate 12, I think. Just stuck on the inside there and extended his paddle out, slipped his hand, but lost a wee bit there.
The cruel thing is, Finn, that the man sitting in 10th position at the moment is Peter Kauser. So the young gun, Lan Tomic,
I think Peter would have written on his final chances a while ago.
He might be heading home actually to continue his renovations.
He'll hang out with the Slovenian support crew, I'd say. But he'll be enjoying the local crowd. But
Tomic isn't going to get through, I don't think, which means
he's a bit back.
Hannes Agner.
There we go.
Joins
Hannes. Another solid run. Knows what he's doing. He just lay it down and slots in there into 6th position so far. So the next to qualify is our Aussie duo. And they're only 0.02 apart as well. So, you know, they're right on the bubble.
Well, who's to come? We've got another Frenchman here.
He's one that knows what he's doing.
In fact, we've got 2 Frenchmen in a row now. Comener and Routon. And then Kretschky, and then the Italian Ferrari will be the last man on the course. So
there's some really fast athletes to go. It's crazy, isn't it?
Marlo
also knows his way around a top-level race. Picked it up.
So
it's quite aggressive there on the forwards, but
the time that he will have at the back of his mind is the time at the moment of Tim Anderson, which is a 90.9. 90.90, and he's quick. Look at his split time.
Right to me.
I don't know. I put a caution on some of these split times. They're a little bit all over the shop.
They're just hand time, aren't they?
They are hand time.
Oh, he slipped on the wall there. It's interesting to see if that forwards move in 11 is quicker than the spin. We saw Priskovic do a spin there, and it was reasonably fast. And I don't know. I can't remember if Beat went forwards or not, but it seems to be.
Oh no!
That's going to be a lot of time, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's tough, isn't it?
Just caught his edge.
Just trying to really steer the boat through there, and just lost maybe a second or two.
That might be the first one of our Aussies.
Might have Tim Anderson into the final, So
Tim just squeaked in the first runs of heats yesterday, 30th spot. So now he's got the cue.
He's got the cue.
Oh, Marlo's gone over again. Oh, he did clip gate 4. Camera angle.
So Tim Anderson is through, which means the next man waiting to go is the man with the chicken pox. Which, I mean, what a story that would be. Chicken man to spend the week locked away with chicken pox.
Look at that camera angle up there.
Isn't that fantastic? I don't know how he
well not to touch that.
I don't know how he dangling on top of the gate there. He does a great job.
Louis Vuitton.
Yes, the best dressed man. The best dressed man on the course.
Yeah, I like to think his name was Louis Vuitton.
Well, we're going to call him Louis Vuitton because look at that.
No.
He's so. What?
I was just about to say, he actually won one of the races in French selection, and he paddled extremely smooth.
We were so, you and I were so busy looking at his clothing. We thought, what is Louis Vuitton going to dress in for
Leo. Sorry, Leo.
And we missed the gate, and he missed it as well. So
he's got a review. I actually completely missed that. The camera just switched right at the end there, but it's a shame because he is really, really fast.
I'd like to think he's got a brother called Louis somewhere. But if not,
his sister's quite accomplished too. Emma, she's in the senior team, I believe. So, yeah.
So
big family.
Leo Vuitton now, he's got to work hard here, but if he's got that 50, that would mean that
they're reviewing it, but
the chicken man is through.
The chicken man. Sorry, Lucy. I meant to call you the chicken man. But,
he'll
be happy to be in the final. That's for sure.
I mean, what a fairy tale story. He spent all week hiding from everyone, locked away, hasn't been able to go out and train, and he's come out here.
The Aussies have been struggling with
illness.
Mark Crosby as well. Didn't train. He's questioning.
We're just an unhealthy nation. Let's have a look. Here we go. Let's have a look. Leo, what have you done?
I don't know. We'll see from this angle, but
let's check it out. What's he done?
Maybe over the side of his head. Who knows?
I'll tell you what,
judges will be looking from their other angles, but
if he gets the 50 taken off, he's still not going to be through anyway.
What is he? 5.7. Yeah. What's the cut?
Yeah, no, he's going to be outside. It's going to be out. So
in some ways, it's probably a good thing, but it's not left in the hands of the judges. But wow.
Now, why have just 2 checks in a final when you could have 3?
Chuck a third one in just like last week.
Yep. Let's see what he can do here. He's always in the shadows of the likes of Prindez, Kristovek and Tunker, and
I think he's creating his own shadow at the moment. I believe he's
exciting.
He's
young
pretty
paddler.
on. There we go. He's almost a second up.
Yep, the youngest of the Czech.
Yeah. Well, I saw something after their Czech selection. I think it might have been Prindez. He posted on social media saying, there's only been 4 names in the Czech senior team since 2013, maybe. Something like that. And it was Prindez, Priskovic, Tunker, and Pradalik. And then this year, Krejci broke in there. So
what a court! He's a touch.
This is definitely another one of the future.
What a quartet. No. Look, he was so unhappy he headbutted that guy, and he's given another one on the way through just for good measure, and now he's stuck.
He's let it go.
Jakob, which means Darius Popela from Poland, I think he's going to be through. Well, he should be through now. I don't think that.
No, he's far back up.
He really took a dislike to that gate, didn't he? He gave it a couple of whacks, and then a third one on the way through just for good measure. Just to teach it a lesson for stuffing up his run. But Jakob Krejci, that is not the run that he would have wanted, unfortunately, for the young man.
It's a funny thing about Tacen, isn't it? Like
hilarious.
It just plays with you.
Really, really does. Okay. Now, I said earlier, this will be the man. He'll nail that.
That's the last one to go, isn't he?
The last one on the course. So that means, you know who's sitting in 10th? Peter Kauser.
God, how is he still in
He's still in the mix.
Wow.
Peter Kauser is sitting in 10th position.
I would have thought he wrote off his chances a long time ago.
He's still in the mix. Giovanni De Janeiro could break Slovenian hearts. I mean, every time he walks through the village, he's breaking hearts left, right, and centre. But he could break hearts here at the course today.
And this is a man who definitely knows his way around these
Look at
waters.
it. He is. I describe him as an Italian Ferrari. Look at him. If you stuck a couple of wheels and a racing stripe on the side of his boat, you'd think he was in a Ferrari.
Yeah, so strong too.
He's done the spin though. I predicted that he'd go straight, but
he just took the safe option there. I think he might have been planning to go forwards, but didn't quite have the line. So.
No.
He's just going to be right on the money.
The Slovenian fans, they don't know whether to cheer or boo at the moment. But
the Italians will be running down pretty passionately beside him.
Yes, they will. Peter Kauser.
Nice.
They're good friends, I think, Peter Kauser and Gio. So,
come on, Gio.
Get it through.
There he is. Nice. He's just picked up a wee bit of time on Prindez there, actually. So.
but he's going to be fine. He's got plenty of wiggle room to
He's
go
fine
with.
if he can. Yep.
He's
There
got to go under
So unfortunately, that's
91.47.
Peter Cowser, the local hopes, gone. But
Yeah.
Gio's pretty local too.
He's sort of like an unofficial Slovenian,
Yeah.
isn't he?
Yeah. Here we go.
Well, let's have a
Lovely.
look.
Two
Let's-
Czechs, two Italians,
Yep.
one Brit, one Austrian,
German. Two Aussies.
two Aussies. There you go.
And a
The
Pole.
well, I'd like to say the Anzacs.
Yes, they are.
And then, you know,
There's an Anzac Anzac flavour.
go the boys. And a pole.
What a great semi-final. Gee, we really saw some interesting styles, some interesting moves. There is Yuri Priskovic. He'll still start.
I think there's a bit of time still.
You reckon?
I reckon so, yeah. And I think, if someone nails one, I think there could be a low, high 85. Not much time, but I reckon slightly faster than Prentice there. But
Interesting, Finn. In the final, in the 10, only one athlete had a touch, and that was Lucien Delfour.
we saw the same last week.
Yeah.
I was 13th, just outside there, and only one person above had a penalty.
Yep.
The K1 men are on fire, This season. They, it's so tricky to cut into that top 10. You just can't make any errors.
They're going to have to really pin their ears back though in the final, because that is a quality final with world champions, Olympic champions,
Yeah, I think
World
we'll
Cup
see some
winners.
special runs in this final. That's for sure.
I reckon they'll all be looking. Well, Vic Prentice's time was an 86.24. Could we see an 85 in the final?
I reckon so, yeah. I think they'll go under 86 anyway. Maybe not super close to an 85 second, but I don't think we'll see much below Prentice. He was pretty good.
Yep.
He did have a bit of space. If that split was right, he had space at the top to make time. There was 1.6 or something.
Well,
like
remember
that.
when we called it? We
Have a look
thought
here.
when we called it, we were saying that
Oh
he
no,
was
almost 2 seconds actually.
Yeah.
So if that split is correct, he had 2 seconds. He lost 2 seconds on the top. So
Yeah. I remember when we called it, we thought he was having a bit. Looked a bit sticky in it. There we go. Look at this.
Yeah.
This is
there's a bit of rodeo going in that gate.
This was
18.
give it 3 touch. There he goes. A third touch on the way through.
Yeah, there's Gio.
Yeah.
Pretty tidy run there from Gio. So
Yep.
I think he'll be in with the mix. I'm a bit sad to not see Cowser in there, because he could have done something really special. It's always cool to watch him race here, and unfortunately for the local fans, no Slovenians in there.
Yep. So that is disappointment for the home fans, but they love their canoe slalom here, and they will enjoy the final. Finn Butcher, great to have had you. You're going to come back and call the final with us?
If I'm invited,
You are
I'll
invited,
come
my
back,
friend. You've got to get the Anzacs over the line.
Yeah, we'll be cheering for them.
But it's going to be a quality men's final. We've got a great women's final coming up as well. We thank you at home or wherever you've been watching the action today. It's been super exciting so far, and the conditions are just perfect here. Everything is laid out for a fantastic couple of finals. Gold
Such
medals.
a stunning venue, isn't it? Look at it.
Over and out.
Beautiful.